let's get on to Twitch while I'm at it.
This is Future Sight, a War Machine and Horse show covering games, events, theory, the meta and more. If you like what you hear, don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more content at PS4 Gaming. Thanks and enjoy.
Well, good morning, good evening, wherever you beautiful people are. Where's Evan?
Welcome back.
Evan's disappeared for some reason. Where are you, buddy?
How have I disappeared?
He's back. Cool. So welcome to PS4 Gaming, where we're talking with, I'm Dan. I'm joined as normal by Evan, and we've got the lovely baby Marci to come and talk about these American lists who might be worrying some people or
we're all shit.
Or to shit talk them, but they'll be fine. They'll all be busy painting their
that's
models by the sounds of it until Sunday, so no one has to worry about it, right?
I mean, yeah, exactly.
Legit,
if I just don't have painted models, you don't have to worry about me.
Yeah, I've got
You're gonna have to beat people with 2/3 of a list.
I've got a super soaker, little tiny super soaker with some airbrush cleaner stuck in. So I'm just gonna spray people's models and go, you can't use that, mate. It's not painted. Super powerful tech. No, mine
is that the Welsh tech?
Yeah. Just hobble the opponents. Yes, tried and tested. No, not really. Not at all.
Yeah. I like the American
tech.
tech.
In mind, special sheep ornaments.
Oh no. Well, sorry, Marci. What's the American plan? Are we talking about plugs? Are we talking about chess?
We're talking about chess. Yeah.
Yeah, chess. Yes, not anything.
Yeah.
grim
just chess.
Just chess. There's some great technological advances.
We learned some methods from chess on the proper way to play games.
Yeah, I'm not sure what the method is though, right? Do you get a buzz? Do you have to dial into the beep bop machine and you get a buzz if you're doing a wrong move? Or if you need
you'll get a sensation if you're not doing things right.
And then you need to just stop, evaluate the table, and then you can try again.
Yeah.
Yeah, which should be fine. So that's the interest. If you've not experienced this conversation, go and look at what's happening in the chess world, and be prepared to not look at work.
Very special time.
Yeah, it's definitely a not safe for work chess conversation, I would say. Well, depending on your business or your industry you're in, maybe it is exactly
maybe it's right up your alley, and you're like, holy shit, I've got some advertising.
Right up your alley. Did you do that on purpose?
No, but I'll take the credit.
It'll work. So we've busted through.
Well, this is a rabbit hole that's never going to end.
So we've broken through most of the lists that are out there. We're going to have a look at the last ones. We're on Spain Rogue, and we want to basically just cover up the last of them. So we're gonna chat through the people's lists. We're gonna try and not dwell on them if they're not particularly exciting. Sorry if you've got another Ass Mountain list or another Madrak 3 list. We might not spend a long time on your lists. So, thanks everyone for joining.
To be fair, if you're upset about that one, that's on you, not us. We're taking no responsibility there.
Yeah, for sure.
That's your fault for playing Madrak 3.
Oh man. And
Speaking of,
and there's plenty of it. Let me just share the.
Jesus Christ.
Our first pairing is Gunny 2 and Maddie 3.
You just can't escape it.
No, it just doesn't end.
They just love it. I'm just going to share the stream on Facebook because I forgot to do that because I'm pro. I'm definitely on my game.
Fair enough.
Yeah, exactly right.
Is the yes, you have. Okay, you have shared the lists on the chat.
I
Good.
have
Okay.
indeed shared this in chat. Yeah.
Cool. I can
So,
see them.
But yeah, if you want to have,
Okay.
dive in, Evan, and while I do
Okay.
some admin. Very
So
exciting
we've got
things.
Carolus here, who is playing Gunny 2. Is this Gunny 2 or Gunny 1? Yeah, this is Gunny
That's
2.
Gunny too.
Yeah, it's Gunny 2.
Of course, it's
And
good.
I mean, this isn't really surprising anyone. Melvin 2, good gods. Boomy Des, Gunnery Sergeants, Double Dunian. That's a slight shift from what I normally expect.
It's pretty
Dunian
standard
out.
given that they're playing Champ Brick.
They are playing the Champ Brick, which I do like seeing. It fell
Yeah,
out
it's
of
kind of like the old list.
Yeah, it fell out of favor after the nerf to Boomy 3, but I still think it's the right way to do it. So yeah, nothing particularly exciting there. Only exciting in comparison to its pairing, which is Maddie 3, it's good. 5 caber throwers.
Yeah, it's Storm of the North list.
Storm on the North, all the Creel Warriors, Raiders.
Oh, they're
Scout-
playing Scouts. That's
They're
cute.
playing Scouts. That is unusual, isn't it?
They have Grievous, right?
Also playing a Death Archon. I haven't seen that before.
I think John Henry's
Not
playing
already.
Death
Is
Archon.
John bringing one as well? Huh.
And he's definitely installed in the north, so he's gonna feel like a little bit of a proud father
Yeah.
moment that it's Maddie 3 because
This is
most of the Maddie 3 lists we've
definitely
seen
a
have been
hat tip
in
to John.
most of the Maddie 3 lists we've seen are in Band of Heroes, so it's nice
Band
to
of
see them
Heroes usually.
not. But
Okay,
that's
so
good.
some slight variety there. I was mean to you for no good reason, Carolus. Off to Ruben.
Can I stop you a second,
hard.
Evan? Have you got your sound
Yeah?
on the camera on? Because you're echoing.
I'm
trying-
pretty sure I don't, but let's see. Oh god, I've got too many tabs open. I have way too many tabs open.
We did fix this before, but yeah, I can definitely hear myself back.
Where is it? I don't have the sound on it. No.
No. Check yours,
Odd.
baby Marci. Would you?
I wonder if maybe I've got
muted.
sound on. No, my Twitch is muted. No.
Try again. Let's talk.
Okay. Any better?
Yep.
Testing one.
Yeah. What did you do? Someone did something.
Oh, odd. Okay, I turned off my speakers, which is weird, but okay, fine.
Go,
If
go.
it works, it works.
There we go. Right. Okay.
I'll take it.
Okay. Let's carry on. Okay. So we're
I'll
talking
take
about.
it.
So you were saying about how there's a lot of.
We're talking about knife ears now. So we've got Gary 2.
Yep.
Not surprising.
With
And
three
Shade
harpies.
4.
Four harpies in AFG.
4 harpies.
That's nice. I like it.
This is
AFG and 2 Tridents. Huh.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is a really interesting list, actually.
This-
I've got to give him credit.
The only problem is this list is going to be fucked up by any buildings, walls, flags, and objectives. Quite
Completely.
potentially. Yeah.
Completely, but this is a battlefield control list that is just so cool.
Yeah.
You're just going to push everything around the table. I do like this one. It's going to frustrate the living fuck out of anyone who loses to it.
yes. It's all about just if you go into melee with the tridents on feet turn, they'll knock you over. If you go into range of the harpies, they'll try and knock you over. Same for the AFG. Yeah, it's really nice. I like the synergy with it.
Just upsetting.
It's nice.
It's
And then
just really upsetting.
and then paired with a very different
Very
Gorshade
nice.
list. So the Gorshade list is with in Legion of Dawn. So it's double Sentinels with escorts or with UAs and escorts. A bunch of Dawn Guard Sires, Void Archon, and then a Phoenix and double Manticore. It's I guess it's an interesting different list.
I do like this.
Yeah, I was
I like-
surprised to see Dawn Guard.
Yeah, they're so
I feel like everyone kind of dropped them.
yeah.
I also like the pairing when Circle is playing. Circle is running so hot right now, and it's all beast heavy lists, and that's just a good pairing when Circle's so scary.
Yeah, Have you got your mic? Have you got the speakers back on or something? Because I'm hearing
No,
something in the background.
no,
So weird. Okay, well, we'll carry on. We'll power through.
no idea.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay.
It's good pair though. And
What
then
do you mean?
have you got speakers on?
No, but
We'll
I
fix
think
it.
my headset somehow.
Is it just like feeding back
Couldn't
somewhere?
tell you.
We can fix it. It'll be
think
fine. So the next list is Grimkin. So this is a child
Oh.
DM list. 3 clocks, Cage Rager, 2 Skinner Bones, and then the usual support stuff. I say the usual support stuff. Only 1 Archon and no trees.
Oh, yeah.
One
Yeah.
Archon and no trees. So
No trees is fine, but the one
the
Archon.
trees makes me sad.
yeah, but the
no
Archon.
trees makes me really sad.
Yeah, but I can live with
Those
it.
trees are good, but like I get like why like there's only so many points, and if you're like
Yeah, but the
oh, I
Archons
could
are
take
just
a light.
yeah, the Archons are just too good to miss out on. I don't get that. But apart from that, yeah, it's quite a nice like little child list, and then it's paired up with King of Nothing in bump with what double Dreadrots and Nayslayers with a Warhorse. So like
This is what I've been asking for ages.
the bit of
Well,
variety.
instead of triple dreads, you take something else, be it Nayslayers, Murder Crows, something else besides a 3rd dread unit.
Yeah. Okay.
I do like this.
I like the Nayslayers. They add like some tech because they bring Grievous.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, they got the
They're faster.
yeah, and obviously they can flank out and fall down, and a lot
Like,
trickier
yeah.
to remove at range.
Yeah.
But,
No, I like everything about this. This
Yeah.
is just it's a good list.
yeah, it's not a bad little pair. Quite like.
And I love the king.
And then more and more meth. I'm so surprised at how much Menoth and how much Scorn there are at the event.
Oh,
Like-
I mean the Scorn's not too surprising. I feel like they've had
Yeah.
a decent run this year. And they have options that like play well into the meta. The Menoth was forever surprising.
Yeah.
Don't understand all the men off love. Don't
Yeah.
get it.
Well, it's a lot of Fiora out there, right? It's a lot of Fiora 3 and Fiora 4. and
Everywhere.
then some of the bits.
Everywhere.
So talking about this is Fiora 3 with Triple Templar. What? Triple Templar, Revenger, Redeemer, Purifier, and then Sevi with another Redeemer, and then 1 Archon, and then a bunch of support.
Yeah, I mean the pair of redeemers is pretty standard.
Yeah.
Templar makes sense given it's not in FM anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So like kind of gotta make up for the loss of shield guards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's an interesting, like, yeah, pretty standardy Fiora 4.
I think the
like
game
list.
hits too hard to be scared by that armor. But yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
But
Mr. Pow 23 Warples.
Yeah.
Yeah, basically.
You pair and your hard lives over there. It's like.
I have to make do with the Power 21 Warp Wolf, I'll have you know.
It's like Richard
This
Branson.
is the hard life I have.
It's like Richard Branson telling us to like, tighten our belts because things are rough out there.
See, there we go. Someone understands us.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, so it's paired with Sevi 2 with triple Inditer and a Revenger, and then a bunch of chunky boys. We've got two units of Initiates, a Melee Archon,
This feels like it's
2 Champions of the Wall, and Vilman. I know 2 Archons. Yeah, I like this. I quite like this list.
feels like
Surprised
an
it was-
anti-Agathon list that's 2 years too late.
Yeah, it's interesting to see Sevi 2 over Sevi 1 because I know Sevi 2 was like a bit more popular given Infernals, but who's playing those?
Oh, well, that's exactly
Yeah,
it.
not a lot. Well, Evan's team have got an Infernal player.
We do.
Yeah. One of the few.
To be fair, he's more of a Menoth player, frankly.
Yeah, one of a dying breed, and half is 1 foot in Menoth, 1 foot in Zataroth. But
1 foot in Infernals.
yeah. I mean, it'd be nice to see how Infernals go because I think they're. I don't think they're as bad as people have made out. I think they're definitely got more game, and because they're like not being played,
Yeah.
they're just going to pull fast ones on people.
They've got a lot of dark horse potential.
Yeah.
And especially, I mean, Zataroth just catches people off guard all the time. And
Yeah.
I,
Well,
I don't think anyone's brought Agathon.
No, I think Agathon is a super good pick for WTC format. Just because, like, if you're going into something bad or playing against someone bad or something about the table or
You
the
just
matchup,
assassinate.
yeah,
you push
as
the
long
button.
as long as they've not got a caster that can't be targeted by spells, you can just go all in and be like, well, I'm just going to finish this game now.
Agreed.
Yeah, I like that. Well, let's talking about innovative lists. Mark rounds out the team. Wormwood and Kruger too. Well, you pair should be really happy, right? This is
Would
just
you
this
look
is like.
at this?
Are these your?
Dark Horse. I respect it.
Like if you weren't
Is there
prepared for
anything
this,
unusual here?
I mean, it could have been Chromac 1.
I do feel like taking the what's the name? The crock pots is a bit greedy on the Kruger 2 list. It's really going a bit too all in on the Death Archons.
but if you got two, then I
Yeah,
guess.
it feels very like the old style list that used to run Kogan.
Yeah,
Yeah, with a third corpse token, I could see it. With
Yeah.
a third corpse target. But
I mean, I
Not
don't
like
hate
this.
the double Puppet Master, but honestly, like that list just could get so much more value out of that 5 points.
yeah, there's so much value
you-
to pick up
but you-
in,
you
that,
save-
in that Secret Masters theme.
you save so much though by not having to bring extra heavies because your heavies just like trade so easily. I don't know. You both are in this golden age of Circle.
What?
Yeah.
Which golden age are you talking about?
well,
The
your-
last 15 years?
Your heavies, yeah. War Machine, it's called. But your heavies start off where my heavies top out, like pretty much.
It's only really the Stalker, but good God, that
Yeah.
Stalker is actually the Feral is bananas as
Yeah.
well. The Feral
As it
is
got
insane.
fur, then yeah, it's gonna kill everything.
Something we deserve it.
Yeah, damn straight.
Yeah.
Just shoot
I
it with
wonder.
like 5 boosted POW 12s and he'll die.
Yeah,
Luckily,
They
I've
will,
got
like,
I've got some
genuinely.
power 12s.
yeah. You got power.
Please
you got
don't
power
pay attention to
13s.
Windstorm.
Oh my god, I played a game. I played a couple of games on early in the week. Into some particular big metal guy. Wasn't very nice, and I did like
You
a
may
run.
or may not have been Karchev.
Yeah, I played a few Karchev games this week, and
Oh, gross. I'm
I was
sorry.
I was doing like a run with Kalissa in one of the games. Was it this game? Well, I'm thinking of a different game. My games have blurred into a little bit, and but I was like, oh, Kalissa's gonna come forward. No, it was last week. It was playing Benoit from the Belgian lot, and so it's Scorn. So I do apologise. And I was like, right, I made this grand plan for a Kalissa turn to get a bunch of stuff down, feet and refuge backwards, and then yeah, just started rolling a lot of sixes. So I'm like, Kalissa's going to take a pot shot at this guy just to strip like an upkeep off the early unit Catrax. Casually kills like the armored 23 guy with a power 12 gun. I'm like, okay. Then shoots the objective, and I'm like, I've got focus to burn, so I roll like 665 on the objective, shoot it again, destroy the objective. I'm like,
God.
well, okay. I didn't expect it to do so much work, and then just had a turn of rolling nothing but sixes and fives. I was like, this is the tech that wins games.
You waste
Yeah,
that now. huh?
Just
If you
be
just
super nice
roll
to your
sixes
dice.
every game,
Yeah. So anyone that believes or doesn't believe in dice, maths, and being cursed and stuff, be nice to your dice. Throw them with like the positivity that they deserve. They're the things that win you your games. And if you don't respect
No,
it,
you find the dice that betrayed you. You put it down. You put the rest of your dice in a circle, so they can watch what happens.
this
and
is
then
the
you smash that
this
one.
is the
into
punishment
clawhammer.
style. See, but that doesn't work for every dice. Some dice will be turned off by that. You don't want to risk.
they
You risk
need-
sparking a
They need to
revolution.
see what happens. They need to see what happens when they let you down.
Yeah.
it sounds like something a circle player would say.
Yes. Yeah, you are all awful people. Right, let's jump on to the next team. So we got Sweden, Dancing Queen. Olov with some K-Dor. So this is Kartu D2, Karchev D2. So just the one
Right.
clam, Ruin, double Marauder, double Juggernaut.
Ruin. I haven't seen people bringing Ruin.
No
That's
s-
an
People are playing
interesting change.
Jaws.
Yeah, this is in Wolves of Winter. So there's no Sorsha and there's no Behemoth.
Oh, I don't like this.
So
Okay.
double Colden Lord, Forge Seer, Hermit, and Void Archon, and then Eliminators and Mechanics.
This
Yeah, so-
doesn't have Pathfinder. This is putting.
Well, you have Onslaught.
Yeah,
Hmm.
like most turns, Karchev just sits there on a giant
Yeah,
stack of
I mean,
focus,
like-
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
like turns out they gave him every spell he needed.
Yeah,
Oh, fair enough. I'm so used to Jaws of the Wolf giving them all Pathfinder without Onslaught that I didn't even
yeah,
notice.
yeah. He just
I've
has to
always
spend a
kinda
little.
I've always kind of liked the Wolves build more because I feel like it kind of gives a bit more flex with like the armor debuffs. Like I feel
I've
like
never
the
seen
issue with
this one.
KD2 is he kind of like breaks a certain threshold. So I wouldn't be surprised if like this is kind of like built for the mirror.
Yeah, I was gonna say in the mirror, like
Oh,
he's
that's interesting.
going to be able to smash up the opponent's jacks a lot more reliably, and he's got a more focused hand out with his Forge Seers and Colden Lords, right? So
Yeah.
you can
Plus, like
basically
Ruin can dispel the jack that has
Death Ward on it.
armor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Basically, Ruben just
That's
goes over,
interesting.
smashes Death Ward off, has a Void Archon and Hermit in his pocket, and then mostly jacks are loaded up on focus without Karchev being empty. And away you go. Yeah, I quite like it. I quite
Okay,
like the
that's
tech choice.
interesting.
And it's paired up with Vlad 3, with Victor and a Devout. And then Hermit, Vilman, Yuri, double Champion of the Wall, Fenris, double Menite Archon, double Initiates, and then like support. Vlad 3 with Archons, Victor, and a bunch of chonky Paladins. Which is not sure what he wants it to go into. I know that sort of thing was pretty good.
But it goes straight out the other side of most of it.
Yeah, probably. Yeah. This is pretty good in stuff like the Auroras. Certainly like a right pain in the ass. And will eat like a surprising amount of infantry, I think.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean the
Between
Menat
Fenris
Archons
and
with
the
the
Menites.
Threshers and that's
Yeah, in fact, this might be the Magi 3 drop. Like looking at it, right? We've got Archons, Fenris.
Yeah, because
Very hard.
Fenris has Grievous, Archons have Grievous.
yeah, very hard to do anything from range. You've got double initiates.
Yeah, and he's also got 6 shield guards, 7 shield guards. Yeah, 7 shield guards and a ton of armor.
Filmon as well.
Yeah, so
And then the Hermit.
Yeah.
I think this is actually just a very good take all comers.
Yeah, then everything's girded because of the mounted paladins, so like
Yeah.
it plays into gun
Yeah.
too.
yeah. So basically this just shits on a lot of the troll players, which is nice. But although saying that, I don't mean to shit on trolls. It's nice to see trolls like finally have good
No.
game. no.
You know, we've
Get
been
back.
saying that for 2 years. Like, we can
back.
shit on them now. Like,
Get back in your
it's-
boxes, trolls. No.
But yeah, then the novelty factor's worn off. They've been in the sun enough. Like they can get the same shit the
Every
rest of us
time
get.
Trolls breaks out into the sun, it's always like boring shit, like
Like
EE,
Maddie.
Like the
Root of
same.
War,
Oh,
Magic
God,
3.
don't get
You-
me started.
Gunny
Oh, fuck.
You pair can't complain about other factions having a boring caster section.
Fucking miserable meat mountain. No, you're right. Every time they have their time in the sun, it's just absolutely awful for everyone
Like the
else.
coolest shit that like when they were in the sun was like Cole Grandma.
Yeah,
I do like
I do like
Cole
Grandma.
Grandma still.
She doesn't just like dirtle at the board.
Yeah, she's got a lot of beef in her pocket these days. It's interesting to see like the variety of lists of it, but it's good. Right, so let's jump on to Nicholas. So Nicholas is another Menos player. So we've got excuse me. So Fiora Conquering Flame. That's Fiora 3.
3? Yeah.
So 4-3 with a
again.
big surprise. It's a Judy Sevi with
Yeah.
2 Redeemers, Tristan with 2 redeemers. Yeah. You. What-
This is looking. It's again looking to shoot you off the table. Turn 2.
Yeah, and
Well, yeah, the book 2 added a lot for Fiora.
yeah,
Yes.
yeah. It's
Really
so
did.
it's such a different game where Fiora can go forward, like put herself out there,
And not die.
and then not die at the end of her turn. Yeah, yeah. It's a good move apparently. So yeah. Who'd have thought? It's paired up with Cyrenia. So Cyrenia in safe. God, Cyrenia with triple initiates, actually paying real points
Oh,
for their shield
wow.
guards.
Really, they're
three
buying
Crusaders.
the 3rd unit.
Yeah.
That's
3 Crusaders and an Avatar, which Avatar is like just immense with Cyrenia. And then-
it's disgusting.
Kicking Monk, couple of men Archons, Champion of the Wall, yeah, and a bunch of spot. Like there's nothing not to
I
like
mean, it's-
about it. Right, Avatar,
it's-
Avatar
it's
and a
just-
rock wall.
Yeah, it's like all the good
It's
stuff
good.
in a list.
It's good. It is one of the most unpleasant games you can ever play into. It is just so aggravating.
Do you never play Yan playing Callus? Because like surely
Oh,
that's
I
like
have. I was gonna say, did you avoid the entire like Callus 1 existence?
No, I loathe the Callus One existence.
I
just
played
as much.
I played the Callus one existence.
Although to be fair, I mean that was around the same time that I did pick up Dawn, just after the Callus One existence. That was just as Iona came out, so I didn't really have much of a pedestal to throw stones from.
That's fair. That's fair. Right, let's jump on to the next one. This is a bit more of an interesting one. So Oscar's playing Thexus in Operating Theatre.
Oh,
So Thexus with
Thexus already.
with
lots of
Stygius,
respect.
4 Subduers, a Warden and a Wrecker, and then double Agitators, Pistol Wraith, triple Agitators and a Pistol Wraith, Gatsby with double Shrike on him, and then a Dominator and
That's interesting.
and two units of Eliminators with
And a
Dominators.
pair of Eliminators.
That's nice. I like it. I like it.
I'm surprised that there's not double Void Archon.
Yes, I was about to say I'm really surprised there's no Void, but like surely you sacrifice like the Wrecker and
You give up a
Summoning.
heavy and
Yeah, and
like a
something.
unit of
a heavy gets
eliminators,
them.
or
Yeah.
like a
Yeah.
strike. Yeah, you drop a subduer and a strike, you get double voids.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's easily worth it.
yeah. I've just always got a soft spot for Thexus for
Texas.
He's so
well,
cool.
for Cephalix. Just I think
very
Cephalix.
cool.
I think Cephalix just are super cool. I like him.
Texas has so many cool spells. TK, Rampager.
TK, yes. Oh, it's not.
He's just an awesome caster.
His feet's dope.
Yep. There's nothing not to love about Texas, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. And it's paired up there with a bit more of like an older Fiona list. So Fiona in Flames with Gallant, Double Charger, and Mariner, which is a bit of an odder choice. And then two Thermite Archons, Throne, Alexa, Precursor Knights with a couple of Battle Priests. So yeah, she's gonna hit hard and mess with your stuff.
And
Surprise.
and double Thamarites, you better not have any infantry.
Yeah, yeah. I
I'm
think a lot of.
surprised
God, sorry, Marci.
that they're taking Gallant. They're over their Warjack points, and it's not Gallant on Jake's.
Yeah,
Oh, that's interesting.
he's an expensive heavy as well. 17 points is like I like him, but 17 points. Like I don't know. I can't help but think that I would have dropped the Mariner and like distributed those points elsewhere. And
I mean,
maybe that picks
You're
up.
still sitting with what? You're still sitting 2 heavies. You've got a pretty big shooting phase.
Yeah.
Got the Hermit, and you've got Fiona's just,
Yeah,
quite
just,
a ball busting feat.
just those Archons will do so much work as well. Like I'm sure there's a lot of
Yeah.
lists at the event that are glad that double Thamrite isn't everywhere like it was like last year.
Yeah.
For sure. Right, so let's talk about the next one. This is a bit.
I do like.
This is some tasty lists. So Matthias, Mordecai, Masters of War. So Mordecai with a despoiler, so you can pop out
Oh,
extra void spirits. 2 Cyclops
Yeah.
brutes, a a Supreme Guardian, Makeda Zero with the Kriya, double Will Breaker, and then Cataphracts Satradi with Tyrant Volkesh, a unit of Ferox, a full unit of Swordsman with UA, and then a Tyrant Commander and Standard Bearer. I'm like, those are going to be
really interesting.
there's some stuff in this list that's going to be such a pain in the ass to hit and defeat, and then we'll just
like the brutes. Just walk up with intuition and feet.
Yeah, it's pretty nice stuff, right? Yeah, I like this. I think I got a soft spot for Mordecai anyway. I don't know why. It's like the most hideous looking thing, but yeah, I think this takes a lot of the elements in the list to like silly levels, and this just like warp someone's brain trying to work out how they killed this stuff when it comes into them.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool. Like, I appreciate that. And
it's just one of those where the right move is just back up for a turn if you can do it without losing on scenario.
Yeah, maybe without losing on scenario or being like randomly essence blasted and just sniped off. And then it's paired up with the ever popular, or certainly for the event, Xerxes 1. So Xerxes got Tiberian, a Gladiator, and Moloch Khan. Tiberian's cheaper than Moloch Khan now. What? How have I not realised this?
Yeah,
Moloch Khan is 17.
Of course.
Oh my god.
It's the Khan. Why is this surprising?
Oh my gosh. Okay. So Tiberian, Gladiator, Moloch Khan, a Will Breaker, Makeda's got an Agonizer, Hermit, and Redeem, and Ferox, Sanders, and then Satradi with the usual Volkesh and
Cats and Satrati, the usual thing. It's super fast.
Yeah.
It's the cats threaten further than most people's walk and shoot.
Yeah,
19
inches on a walk and stab is like significant.
It's a thing.
It's a significant.
19 inches with no requirement for line of sight. It is a thing.
No
It
Kriya.
is a very unpleasant thing.
No Kriya, I feel like, is a bit of a mistake. I think the Kriya adds a lot to the list. Like if you've got Kriya on
Xerxes typically has to be pretty far up for his feet.
Yeah, and he's pretty exposed if you can shoot through like the Satradi or whatever makes a wall in front of him. So yeah, I like the extra protection that gives, but yeah. Andy in the chat is like, Moloch threatens a million. Tims is not slow as fuck. Not anymore. He's not. Like he goes pretty far between Energizer.
Speed 4, 6, 9, 11, Energizer, 13,
and then it's got
Overtake.
Yeah, Overtake. So as long as he's parked within 13 inches of like an objective, for instance, then he can just like surf his way into your army and cause havoc. But yeah, you could also put him on Moloch. And the last one is David playing Magic 3 Band of Heroes. Very interesting. And Colgrimmer Storm of the North. Very interesting. Good choices. Good choices of lists. But like, nothing to like name your children after.
Nothing to really worth talking about.
No. So let's jump on. Some nice lists of the first of the Swedish teams. The next one is Super Trooper. Are they all ABBA based? I'm assuming. It's Super Trooper. Yeah, Super Trooper. And then Winner Takes It All is the last one. So Super Troopers start with Flogger. So this is nice. This is a Bethane, old school Bethane 2 double Archangel.
From 2 years ago.
Yeah, but like I still think it's a scary list.
Double reg. It's still scary. Like this is, you can't underestimate it. It's not what it used to be, but this is still scary. Yeah,
and then that's paired up with Lilith 4. So basically just a Ravagor heavy Lilith 4 and Raptors. So the battle group's 3 Ravagors, a Bolt Thrower, and a Harrier. Then
Double Raptors.
Yeah, then Archon's got a Naga and Harrier.
Raptors.
Then Kralix and double Max Raptors and another Hellmouth. So it's in Ravens. So he gets mark target off the Harriers.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I think is if you're playing the Ravagor build, I think you play it in Ravens because then you can
Yes,
benefit from broadside
it's so
and
you
not
can.
miss all of your
Yeah,
broadside
it's
attacks.
so you can broadside.
Yeah, no.
It's really interesting. I don't know. So, Marcy, I don't know if you've been seeing a lot of Ravagor heavy Mechanolith because it's definitely not been popular around here. We've been kind of
I've been
talking
seeing
about
lists
this
with
as the
like,
American one.
I've been seeing a list with like 2 of them, sometimes 3.
Interesting. Because
Uh,
yeah, we've been seeing people just
Yeah, we see it in
our locals
children.
have
Yeah, we
been
see it in Children
dropping
of
them.
Dragon a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Children and yeah, no Ravagors.
I mean, typically I don't see them, but that's because like Windstorm, you know, Windstorm
mean,
privilege.
I mean, Windstorm privilege is not a Ravagor's range 14, Lilith feet to 16. Like they out threat Windstorm.
Yeah.
Sure, but
But they've got to be there then, haven't they? And
Yeah.
you know, trivially die.
not in this scenario.
Yeah. Right, let's jump on to the next one. It's not the end of the world for him. Johans with some retribution. We've got Kalissa in defenders. It's a bit like the Bergstrom one. So it's Kalissa with double Attorney. Alara's got another Attorney, and then a Trident, and then all the usual shooting solos, including
Oh yeah, this is just Bergstrom's list.
including Iris one, right? And then Swordsman, Min Swordsman, and then double Electromancers, which is alright. It's perfectly reasonable. I think Bergstrom's got 2 Eternes on Alara in the last one I saw, and no Trident.
He was on Trident.
He wasn't Trident, so he's
Yeah.
got points for another Eterne from somewhere. I don't know.
No, he just doesn't run the 4th anymore. He gave
Oh,
up
okay.
the 4th for the Trident.
Yeah,
Oh.
it's a big buy. Yeah, that's understandable. And then pairing it with Gary, Eye of
Gary
Vengeance. So
too.
Gary to Moros and double Eterne, a Trident, Harpy on Lara, and then a bunch of shooty supports and Risavas and Electromancers. It's like, yeah, reasonable, good list.
Sure.
Like I do like Risavas when you go into them and defeat and they hit you.
Yeah,
or
and then they die, and then
yeah,
they hit you
again. Yeah, it's like, well, everyone loves that. Man, the amount of people that hate my Risavas, and I'm like, and I'm one of these players that only has like 1 Risavas in my list, and I'm like, don't complain about
That's
me.
one too many.
Yeah, maybe. The next lot is Ladymark is Madrak 3 in Band Heroes. It's Fenblades heavy. Yeah, that's all she wrote. And then Colgrimmer.
Yeah.
Colgrimmer with Bears and Fire Eaters. This is good talk.
And Danon Blythen Bull.
Yeah.
How often do you see that name?
You don't. Like, where do you think this is just like an homage of, this is my list? I'm not just copying everybody else's Colgrimmer list and Madrak 3
This
free
makes
pairing.
me unique.
Yeah, this is what makes my pairing unique. It's like, keep telling yourself that, Leadermark. It's fine. Right, so next is a nice bit of Grimkin. So Pontus is running Dreamer and DM with the correct amount of Defiled Archons. Well done. It's a good start. Yeah. But yeah, we got Krabbits, 2,
Heavies.
3 Skin and Bones.
3 skinnies.
3 skins, 1 clock, 1 Cage Rager, and then Death Knell, 2 trees, 2 Gremlin Swarms, Cariana, and then 2 Archons.
I do think the Witchwoods are what bring them back into the game now. I don't like seeing menagerie builds without the Witchwoods. So
I still think it hinges more on the Archons, and then the Witchwoods are like a choice, and I think they're a good choice, but you don't have to have them. But it's good to have them. But some lists. Some lists will do like fuck all, whereas the Archons will always do work.
Yeah, you've got the double pieces to give pressure to bring the enemy to you. You need both of them because your range game isn't strong enough that you can rely on the Archons to force.
Yeah, but there's a lot of things that just turn off Witchwoods, right? Like a small model in the way, or stealth, or an objective that stops you being pulled, or
Yeah, but for a requisition slot, that's fine.
Or
that
like
paid for itself
standing outside of 13 inches of the tree. That's like, it's not really hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
The triple skin makes sense given. Wait, yeah. Given like K2D2,
Yeah,
like moving away from the like more clocks.
yeah, and it's easy to like
Oh,
pick up
fair enough.
like little bits if they have to send in like if they've got to kill your gremlin swarms and your crabbits, and then you got phantasms that generate, and then you got more. So you keep on feeding the death knell, which then just pumps up the skin and moans. Yeah,
Yeah, you need the stuff that actually hits harder.
yeah,
Oh God, K2D2 can love. You've got all the kind of small and medium based stuff here to get in the way. You can finally get good use out of the shadow. Man, that would make me happy.
yeah, and yeah, and Casey doesn't want to see like gremlin swarms parked like next to multiple jacks, right?
Yeah, there's
Exactly.
They're deliciously
Not-
fun.
a lot of magic weapons in that list.
And most of them take an adjunct, right? So they can just give guidance
Yeah.
to something, or if Karchev can't kill himself, but still, yeah, I quite like this, and it's
Okay.
paired up
Solid.
with Old Witch with in Bump of the Night with 2 Dreadrot units, 2 Trapkin, 2 Defiled, Isaiah, 1 Malady Man.
One monkey.
Man.
Wow.
Yeah, and then Tongue Lick, Skin and Bones, Double Crabbit, Double Clock, Double Gorehound.
She's gone really heavy into the battle group for a bump list.
Yeah, like I don't know. I'm of the opinion that if you're bringing Dreadrots,
Weird.
you bring 30 of them, like and Old Witch is good.
You
for
bring
them.
3 units.
Yeah.
I think there's some flex on the 3rd unit, but it needs to be a 3rd unit.
Yeah, sure. But it's an interesting list. Like I love the Trapkin. I think Trapkin are
Yeah, I
super
think
good.
I'd
I
rather.
do.
But
I'd rather just see another clock over the double gorehound.
yeah, I was going to say that I think the Gorehound
Yeah.
are an odd choice.
Like if you're going into the battle group,
Yeah.
like a bit heavier.
Or if you're going to do something like that, I'd like to see for once I'd like to see a Rattler. You've got the speed buff there. You've got the machinery to give it rerolls, and it can actually surf infantry.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
it's one of the few times that a Rattler could actually pay for itself.
You say that, but Rattlers, in my experience, are just so dog shit. like they just.
I mean,
I'm not.
I want to love them. I really want to love them.
Like,
but you are right.
Well, I played Grimkin. I don't know how many years ago now. I think it's like 4 years ago. I painted my Grimkin. I still haven't actually assembled my Rattler. I've got one.
Oh really? No,
just
I've,
in case.
I've
and
played mine a bit. I've played mine quite a bit.
No, I got
but,
my Rattler's just in a drawer,
it-
sad and unloved.
It did get shelved. It did get shelved despite how much I wanted it to work. Same with the piggies.
Mine didn't even make it that far. Right, the next one is Marcus playing. Oh, look at this. Marcus playing the twins. So Sarah and
Oh,
Rias.
man after my own heart.
So it's in Oracles. So twins with Naga, a Blightbringer, and Zerial. There's Thagros
It
Zero
really
with the Mechano
is after
Shredder.
my own heart.
So Thagros got a
The
Mechano
Blightbringer
Shredder.
version. I love this.
Let me get through the list. Let me get through this.
No.
Ysilla,
Fine, go for it.
a Blight Archon with a Seraph, and then Spellmaster, Virtue Champion, Sorcerer and Hellion, Ice Witches, and a Virtue Host. This is just like, this screams,
I love
deliver
this.
me and let me kill your caster, right? Between,
I mean, there is nothing else in the list. Like
Yeah.
every
yeah, it's like here is,
Blightbringer support. It's 30 points of support.
Yeah, it's a Riot's delivery system.
yeah, it's
It
like
is.
here's your Puppet Master, here's your Threat Extenders, Seraph,
Your
Mechano
puppet
Shredder.
master.
Yeah.
4 puppet masters.
Yeah, well, yeah, but just in case you need
There
to
are
clear.
not enough targets to.
In case,
enough
in
targets
case you
yet
need to
for 'em.
clear like a route or something. But yeah, you've basically got the Seraph and Mechano Shredder, your range delivery. You've got your Naga
Oh,
in case
God.
there's something hard, and then you've got Blightbringer to just like pave the way. Yeah, absolutely. Like, I like it.
I think it's built just to upset the Australians. Like support is theft, and this is like 80 points of support.
Just watch them
bought
twitching like in the
Nothing
corner.
but support.
Yeah, I'd be like here's my list, and just watch them like just spasm out in the matchup process and time out while they can't deal with it.
I'd be a lot more critical if I hadn't been bullheadedly playing something very similar to this for like a straight year and a half.
Yeah. Luke in the chat is like surprising the Seraph's not on the twins. It's like, yeah, I get it because then you get access to more of it, but at the same time, you don't really you don't want them to have to pay the tax themselves, right? The Blight Archon's there to pay it for you.
Usually Saren pays it. I would normally stick the Seraph on the twins, and that's fine. But yeah, tomato. It's really not a big deal.
And it's paired with Lilith 3, who I think is really scary still. Lilith 3 with Triple Angel, Bolt Thrower, Thagros with a Naga, Sorcerer's Hellion, Ysilla, a Blight Archon with a Seraphim Meccano, and then a Virtue Champion, a Shepherd, Host, and Ice Witches. It's a very similar list.
Those angels threaten the world.
Yeah,
they're what, 7 base?
They're 7 base. They've got as long as they're hitting a construct, they've got a 16-inch threat, sidestep to 18.
No, 18 threat, right? So they're 7,
10, 12,
and then Lilith gives them +2. Yeah, Lilith gives them +2 with Battle Host.
I forgot about Lilith.
Yeah, then you've got the Seraph and the Meccano Shredder. So yeah, they go hella far. And obviously Lilith goes up first.
18 sidestep to 20. They're threatening the world.
Yeah, and Lilith goes up first and shoots like whatever's in their path with her feet.
Or the caster.
Yeah, or the caster.
Or the caster, that's what I'm thinking.
Or both, right? In an
or
ideal,
both, yeah.
And goes, right, your blocking heavies are now stationary, your caster's now stationary, and these 3 armor-piercing snakes are going to land on your face. Thanks, let's go to the bar.
I really like it. Okay. Marcus.
What you probably want.
Interesting dark horse.
What you probably want is a caster that's immune to stationary. That's a pretty good place to be. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
I love Farseer. Man, every time in the last month.
You're the only one.
Every time in the last month I've played someone with Farseer, and even if it's people I've played so many times, they're always like,
I hate that rule.
Yeah, they're always like, what's she immune to again? And what? Everything. And this? And it's like, yeah. We came up against something.
Just upsetting.
I had a game the other day and she wasn't immune to something. And they were like, what?
Place?
No, she's immune to place.
No, she's not.
No, I know.
Trust me, I know.
What was it? But yeah, that's what objectives saw, right? What was it? I can't for the life of me remember what it was. They did something, and they were expecting it to be. Obviously, it's not Shadowbite. She's immune to Shadowbite. I can't remember. Oh my god! Right. Well.
Yeah.
Something in the game that she wasn't immune to happened.
Blind.
And no, she's immune to blind.
God damn it!
It's upsetting.
I hate that rule so much.
She's such a bitch.
I can't remember. Anyway, let's move on. Farseer's fine. Everyone, no one worry about Farseer.
No.
I'm definitely not playing her. Other people are definitely not playing it either. Yeah, she's probably not.
Hashtag nerf now.
She's probably not even at the event. Don't worry about it. Let's talk about this this Swedish reserve. So they don't even grace them with an actual name. They're just called reserve. So I assume they're in. Reserve. I assume they're in someone's basement, and then like they'll be just wheeled out if someone just you know.
They just walked away just to be a War Machine dummy.
I mean,
they're
leaving out some very old lists as well while we're at it.
Well, I'm assuming it's Dobby the Elf, right? So this person lives under someone's stairs, is called Reserve, and comes out and goes, "Yes, master, I will help you." Anyway, so they're playing Zakova 1 in Wolves of Winter. So Marauder, Ruin, Fenris, Double Cold Lords, Butcher. I don't like Butcher with it. Butcher, whatever. Riot Quest Butcher, and then. 4 units of Doom Reavers, 3 units of Turnians. It's alright. It's what it is, right? But it's let's go for 1.
Okay.
Obviously the swordsman come at you.
I just read the second caster.
And yeah, Karchev 1 with a load of Marauders. And then
8 Marauders and a Destroyer under Sorcerer.
Yeah.
That's a lot. That's a lot of metal.
Yeah, like. Yeah, this person's not been out to see the sunlight in 4 years. Like, you know, let's not lie. I don't know what's going on in Sweden, but like, yeah,
Oh wow.
be nicer to your reserves. They might bring lists that are like up to date if you let them live in the world. But it's cool. It's cool.
Okay.
Let's
Then
look
our
at
last Swedish team.
yeah. So the winner
Winner
takes
takes
all.
all.
I'm not gonna call it, but man, if this is the team that wins the event, there's just like such a poetic like genius to it, right?
It really is, isn't it?
Yeah. So we're starting off with Anton with Wormwood in Secret Masters. Oh.
Who'd have thunk it?
With and Kruger
That's some smart thinking.
and Kruger too, also in Secret Masters.
In Secret Masters. Look at
Really
that.
innovating.
What do you pair think of these lists?
This is quite literally the same Kruger 2 list we saw about 3 teams ago. Like down to the last model.
Oh, I get to spread my American propaganda.
Oh.
Bad model. Well's bad model.
Bad model.
Bad model confirmed.
Oh, he did bring the well. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, bad model. I didn't notice it. Wow. I've just blocked it out because it's such a bad model.
Well, if you need a well, then you're afraid that you're playing Kruger wrong and are dying, right? So just play him better, and you don't need a well. That's pretty much how it works, right?
He's in Secret Masters. You don't need a well to protect him. He's immortal. It doesn't matter.
Yeah, exactly. Right, the next lot, Pear's playing. Pear has abandoned Menoth's Grace and is now following the elves.
He's a coward.
He's a coward, and yeah,
he's weak.
He's jumped from
His plotline is weak.
yeah, he's jumped from the shining light.
Behind Eterni.
Yeah, but he's jumped from the shining light of Menoth onto Retribution, and at which point cursed them to die. I'm not saying it's his fault, but like, you know, they're not real faction.
It is his
anymore.
fault.
It is a little. It is a little.
So yeah, so he's playing Assyria, which is a great caster. Although I hate her, I can't stand playing her. She's good. Yeah.
Okay.
I acknowledge that she is strong and that she's good, but I just hate that like in a faction that's now got like, you know, Falseer, Kalissa, Gorshade, Gary too.
People are still playing Assyria.
Yeah, she sits there and won't even like deliver harsh words to someone because she's like, you know, too much of a pacifist. So yeah.
To be fair, I think he'd be playing Kalissa if it wasn't for his other teammate playing Kalissa.
I guess so. That just meant he needed to jump onto Retribution quicker, didn't it?
Yeah, he would. I mean, to be fair, he did try Menoth for a while. He would message me a lot, saying, "Hey, what in Menoth fixes this?" And I just go, "I can't help you because I don't know either."
So right,
no.
I'll leave you two to talk about Pear's list and the rest of the team for a minute while I go and settle a child.
I mean, Per is weak and a coward. He should be playing Menoth.
Yeah, and for that he shall be punished. I mean,
like,
Gary list is very Gary. I haven't seen Double Trident that much with Gary.
I think it's good. Trident's still good model.
Trident's an excellent model. I just haven't seen Double Trident with him for all usually.
Yeah, that's fair. I've seen a lot more like battle group focus lists.
Yeah, I often see a single Trident, but not double.
It could be the fact that like Addernays don't exist in Europe, so like
he's clearly got 2 Eterni. It's in his other list.
He will have 2 come WTC.
I mean, I'm saying it's in his pairing. He's got 2 Eterni, so
yeah,
he does have them.
Don't know.
Not sure.
But
I know I've had some of our locals have had quite a bit of criticism of the Eterni, that they're just they're good, but they're really expensive.
Discordia's interesting. I just realized Disco's in the list.
I mean, I'm used to Disco as a standard. I barely see a list
really?
without it. Yeah.
I feel like it's been centuries since I've seen Disco.
Oh. It just that's just the shooting protection is so strong. And especially when you're playing in forges and you can't focus it down because everything gets shield guarded.
Just punch it.
Well, yeah, there is that. Just keep punching.
Okay, so the next list.
We've got
are
more
Jacob
Reds. Yeah, and that's
with
Kalissa and
more red.
What's this? Kalissa and Felsier. Oh, good
Yeah,
God.
Kalissa and
Triple
fucking
Eternite.
Falsier.
Oh,
Tripper Eternite with a AFG. No Trident.
the AFG coming back in is really interesting.
The AFG is interesting because it lets you be more abusive with the Addernace,
Yeah,
which makes sense. Like if you're already being a dickhead with Addernace, you might as well lean into it.
it's really interesting for Kalissa's focus efficiency because you knock your victim down. You don't have to hand out to the Eterni, and it just gives Kalissa more to spend on whatever other shit she wants.
I mean, to be fair, when are you ever handing out to the Eternite?
Oh, you. Oh
They're
God, you've got. Yeah. Never
they got
mind.
accumulator.
You got
They just
accumulator.
boost the hit, boost the damage just for existing.
Ah, I hate them so
And then
much.
when they have to punch things, you have the mechanic to walk up and give it.
Ah, yeah, no, fair
Kalissa's
point.
greedy. She's greedy and she doesn't share.
She doesn't share. She doesn't play well with others.
And then
And
Falsier, I like the Falsier list. It's more melee centric with like the Griffins and the Manticores. And then
yeah,
like Manticores give you good like control elements on top of her bounties with covering fire.
Triple
Uh,
Griffin's really interesting. I would have liked to see. I'm always very critical if I don't see Gorgons on Ilara. I feel that's too strong not to take. It's just so big to be able to drop 4 speed off an enemy.
yeah, normally when you see Alara in the list, she has like a Gorgon or two.
She has 1 Gorgon or 2, yeah, and I feel it's missing a trick not having it, honestly.
It's just so good. Like when you can like
It's
pick a target and go like,
why wouldn't you?
you are -4 speed. And also I speed a death away. Have fun.
Yeah, I'm gonna spray you.
Though I
I'm gonna fuck
guess
off, and you suck.
I mean I
It's
guess
just
it
strong.
makes sense if it's built more for anti-guns with like disco and like all the shield guards. Like
It is interesting seeing Disco on Ilara. Kind of walk up, spray, drop some, drop someone's defense, and then piss off to safety. That is interesting. I'm
yeah,
not.
a lot of like
I'm
tech
not
options
sold.
in the list.
There is.
But I do wish there was a Gorgon.
Yeah, that harpy seems very greedy there. I
But like
suppose
the
the
rest
harp.
is good.
Yeah.
Void Archon's Void Archon. And then next we have Johan on CG. We got
Ooh,
Silvestro.
Silvestro Gearhart. So someone's left Lucas at home.
I mean, I'm not surprised. I feel like Silvestro has always been a bit more
S-
popular in Europe.
I mean, Silvestro is never bad, like
I was
at
gonna say
all.
Silvestro is always kind of just good.
Yeah,
Um,
he's evergreen. Just the fact that he's got super stealth is already just amazing right there and then.
yeah, and like his feed is just like a turn of everything is a million times better. And when you have like
Yep.
some of the best models in the game, with like Vindicators and Trains, which there's only one train.
Yeah, he's got a Vulcan on Prospero,
Huh.
and that's gonna chow his points. He's got a chunky-ish battle group to start with, and then
Yeah,
the
I'm
Vulcan.
kind of surprised no failed experiments and also no uh second
Yeah,
train.
he's doing that in a second list, so he's obviously doing that for the pairing.
Yeah, but not
The
like
the second train is
transmuted
a
failed
miss.
experiments with revive is like really good for
Yeah, it
like
is.
the attrition and scenario play.
Yeah, I figured. I mean, he obviously he wanted to do one shooty and one ass mountain,
I was gonna say that's fair. Like I guess if you're like leaning into uh
leaning hard into a pairing.
yeah, like you
It's
might
going to
as
be
well like lean more into the guns.
yeah, this is going to be a lot of list chicken because he's
And then
skewed
like
so hard in both of them.
yeah, Gearhart, Ass Mountain, what's been
Hmm.
talked about before. It's just good
Yeah.
models and
Good models.
good at not dying to guns.
The only thing that's kind of worth noting as a difference, and this might just be lack of new models, is most people have moved away from the Dragon's Breaths with the Vindicator out. And he said, sod that, I'm still taking 2 Dragon's Breaths.
I mean, it might also be a points thing. Like, that's 8
Could be.
points. So, like, finding the extra 7 for the Vindicator
For
is
the-
tough.
Yeah, I suppose, yeah, because he wants a full, because he's taken a full Vulcan.
Yeah.
And that's a lot of points. But yeah, I mean, solid pairing. Like,
Yeah, I mean, like, it's good pairing. It's good pairing, good models.
can't fault.
And then
And
finally, we got Morgan with Rasheth in DOA and Xerxes 1 and Masters. And this Rasheth list feels pretty interesting with, like, double Brigands. It
that
feels...
is interesting.
I was just saying, normally you see, like, the Brigand builds with, like,
Not
Morgul...
Morgul, not Jalon.
Mortality Morgul.
Is that Morgul 1
It's
or
a
2?
2? It's 2.
Is
3
it 2?
is...
No, it's 1. I don't think 2's got
No, 1
mortality.
doesn't have mortality.
Doesn't he? Clearly, I'm not much of a Scorn player. I need more Scorn in my meta. Well,
3
need
is
is a strong
blind.
word.
Morgul is blind, everything all the time, blind.
I am
And
with
then-
Yeah,
you.
that's his feat. You know, we are on Morgan.
Brigands make sense with Rasheth. Like, you've got feet, you've
Yeah.
got
I
blood
mean,
mark.
he's a turd polisher.
uh,
He's Denny 1.
Yeah, you got the one turtle for, like, fast, independent. Blood runners for, like,
Solid
good.
guns.
Ambush to force in to, like, get good breath of corruptions, and just, like, ambushing arc nodes is always good.
Hmm.
I don't know. I can't.
Warhog is interesting.
I can't get over not having 2 turtles with Rasheth. Like if you bring in Rasheth,
Well,
you bring
it's-
2 turtles
I mean,
to
he's
kill.
replaced it with a shitload of brigands, which is really interesting.
Yeah, I'm not sold. But what were we saying? Sorry, Marci?
I'd have to see this.
The
No, I'd have
Warhog's
to see
interesting.
this, like, compared. Oh yeah, like, it feels like it could just be, like, more guns, or, like, just a different heavy. Like, I think I'd rather see, like, a Roadhog.
Yeah,
Hmm.
just lean into the guns more. I don't know. I like having one solid melee piece, so you can't get rushed. And the
Yeah,
Warhog
but,
does
like,
that job.
I feel like the Roadhog with, like, Bloodmark and Beast Handlers and shit like that.
I suppose if someone's rushing you, yeah, you've got Bloodmark and you've got a Hermit, it's enough.
Yeah, what do you think of
Yeah.
the offer list? So the Xerxes 1.
Xerxes 1.
So this is Tiberian Agonizer Moloch, Double Soul Ward. Makeda's got a Gladiator, and then a Willbreaker, Redeem, 1 River Raider, then Stradi with Vorkash, Beast Handlers, Tank Commander, and Ferox.
Pretty standard Xerxes 1, outside of, like, I think typically people are putting the Gladiator on Xerxes and then the, like, Agonizer on
Onto Makeda. Yeah,
On Max.
Makeda.
yeah, because you want the Gladiator to be able to benefit from Energizer. Like I would generally say, where it's not really doing as much stuff on Makeda, but it's reasonable, and it's got the Agonizer, so it wins my Xerxes 1 seal of approval. You brought the stuff to make it more obnoxious.
It's got all the ingredients it needs.
Yeah.
Like it bakes the cake, and the cake is
it's
horrible.
got all the good models that, like, Xerxes 1's wanting, so
Yeah,
it will
this makes
likely
sense,
do well. And then, like, the Rasheth list has some cool tech in it that, like, might pay off.
Yeah.
Oh, thanks, Nitty, for
Then
and that's on to Switzerland.
And that's
Switzerland, the last team before we get into the dumpster fire.
yeah. The rest of the teams are just absolute dog shit after this one.
All right. I don't know about that. Let's find out. Let's see. So we got Switzerland. So Stefan is leading the charge with Majak 3, with a lot of whelps. Like,
Yeah.
not as many
that's
dudes. Not as many dudes, but a lot of whelps. But what's he got? He's got
I mean,
like a
that's
bomber.
one rec option, I think.
Yeah, it'll be one record.
Suppose.
But like,
I feel like you could do
it's
better
not,
with
yeah,
that rec
It
option.
feels like a not very
Probably.
good rec option. But anyway, but his second list though is Grim 2 with Hunter's Grim with
That we
double-
haven't
Hell
seen in
yeah.
a
double
while.
bomber, mauler, runebearer, General Thunderstone Hermit, Leadfoot and Treads, some whelps. Maybe Stefan just loves the whelp models. He's like their favourite model. A gunnery sergeant, stone burrowers, bushwhackers, double lookouts, and double thumper crew. Like hats
This
off.
entire year, I've been talking about Grim 2, and
Yeah.
I'm so happy I get to see it.
Like fair play
I
for
mean-
bringing something out of the box.
It's solid.
Yeah, I quite like Grim
Like,
2. I think it's gonna hurt some lists and a lot of lists.
Mortality is a good spell.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, right. So
Yep.
he just goes. Well, yeah. Did you bring Madrak or
his
Cold
little
Grimmer?
walk
Or-
up neck and back off thing is really, really interesting as well. Like he's going to catch people off guard.
Yeah, it's
He's got a lot of
legit.
tricks.
Legit. Yeah, he's got his like trappy things. Right, let's have a look at the next one. So this is another slightly off meta. So Marco's playing Una 2 in Devourer's house. So
Una 2 in Tharn.
yeah, so with an Argus and a Storm Raptor, Misspeaker, obviously to go with the Storm Raptor, Double Grove,
Yeah.
White Mane, Cauldron, Max Blood Pack, then 2 Max Ravagers with Chieftain and Blood Weepers as well. So all of the Tharn models.
This is really good. I do love this.
Yeah, it's just Hand of Fate gun platform combined with like Mirage, Windwall, Tharn.
I'm disappointed there's no Lord of the Feast here. Like, Devourer's Host Una 2 has the potential to give you a double Hand of Fate Lord of Feast, and that can solo a lightly armored heavy. Like, it's silly.
Yeah. Plus, like, you could Mirage him in like just all the
Well,
goodies.
that's exactly how I used to do it. You stick Mirage on him, you give him his corpses. Okay, he's not playing the Warlock attachment with Una.
Blood Shaman.
Yeah. 'Cause
I
he
mean,
doesn't
I
have
get
anything
it.
cheap to murder.
Well, it's not only that, but like, there's nothing that you really want to put it on without Lord of the Feast.
Yeah.
No real good
Yeah.
spells to
Yeah,
spell slave, and like you're not swapping Hand of Fate that much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you
You've got
probably
it-
are, but like, what else are you really doing
you've
with
got
it
it on the Storm Raptor, and then you want to hot swap it to whichever Ravager unit
Going in.
charges in.
Yeah.
So you kind of do.
It's
I mean, you
alright.
probably swap it between the Blood Pack and the Storm Raptor early
Mm.
on.
Yeah. I'm not sold on the Moonhound. I think it's just there. I know what the Moonhound's there for, so you can fully fury up the Raptor and then still
Yeah, it gives you transfer. It
and then
gives
have
you,
a transfer target.
It might just be
It
the
gives you an
cheapest
out to
option.
stealth sometimes.
I
It
was
is
gonna say-
the cheapest option in Tharn.
Yeah, and it's cheap to go and just stick in a zone, right? If you're playing a scenario where Una wants to be on one side of the table behind the Storm Raptor, but you really want to be scoring a zone, but you know you're going to lose it, like in a turn, then that's where the Argus goes, right? It's just like
Well,
a
plus it has
scenario
marked
element.
target,
Yeah.
so like it's nice for like assassination outs.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah, because it runs pretty
Okay,
far, right?
that's interesting.
Are they
Like
speed?
Rat,
They speed 7?
I think it's speed 6.
Sand dogs.
No, I think it's 7. I don't know.
Might be. I
don't play
think 7.
Argus.
If you two
I'll
circle
go
players don't
first.
know, and I'm guessing at it.
You must know how much we play Argai.
Yeah,
Exactly.
well, yeah. The secret Argyle meta of the world. So let's have a look at the second list. Is Chromac 1, but in Devourer's Host, right? So a different Chromac list again.
What is this?
Well, this Marco loves Tharn. Like, what's not to love? Like, I love Tharn.
Clearly.
I love a bit of Tharn. Do you know what?
I mean,
I'd love to. I'd love to
double
play some.
Ravagers?
I feel like I need to play some Iron Kingdoms RPG, like, and be like rocking all this sort of things.
Yeah, Ravagers with Chromac 1 is
Chromac 1 with only
interesting.
2 heavies to benefit from Warpath is just
And
good
a
luck
well.
to the man, but it feels sacrilegious to me. No, the well
Yeah.
has to be there for Chromac
No,
1,
I
but
know, but like the rest of the
this,
list doesn't really work as well as
this
the
Well, plus it
popular
is
gives
ones
out
out there.
corpses. Oh yeah, for sure.
this,
It loses a lot for not having Kruger 0. It makes Chromac 1 a lot
yep,
more vulnerable.
Yeah.
Um, also your beasts don't get to be POW 23 all the time.
yeah.
Yeah. It's,
Uh,
So it's like, what's the point?
it's sad.
What's the
yeah,
point of
I
living
didn't
if you
get this.
can't just like delete whatever you touch?
Yeah. It's
You've
a
only
hard
got
life
4
out there.
models. They better delete whatever they touch. You're
Right,
playing with 4 models.
let's move on to something a bit more interesting then. So Joe, next is playing Convergence. We've got a Ryan in Destruction Initiative. So Ryan's rocking a colliery, a mitigator, 2 modulators, and a monitor. And then accretion servitors with the repair guys, the repair servitors.
Yeah.
And then 3 algorithm ADOs, which is the arc node, also can repair. Destructron 3000, because why wouldn't you bring extra lightning stuff with the Orion? And then Obfix Directive, which are more repair guys, but living guys. Nemo with Dynamo and
Nemo
a Firefly.
Dynamo and a Firefly.
And
That's
and
good.
a
Okay.
Tep to
And a
finish
Tep.
off. Yeah, this is quite a tasty gun. Like you
Tep is interesting.
you guys don't have to care about it because you've both got Kruger, right? So most of these guns do nothing against
Yes.
your armies, but like,
Yeah.
but not everyone's got that benefit. Like
Not
legit.
everyone just laughs at lightning.
Yeah,
Well, it sounds like they're playing the wrong faction.
well, yeah, pretty much. Oh yeah, I quite like this. Yeah, a Nemo with Dynamo and a Firefly, and then you got Destructron as well to hand out the plus damage. I'm sure you've got plus damage against lightning, to lightning within like X amount inches as well. Similar thing to Firefly, which is nice.
No, Destructotron doesn't have that.
Does he not, or was it
Does
plus
he?
to hit? I'm sure he's got something like it. I'm loading.
What's he got?
Yeah, like
Let's see, let me pull up War Room for.
yeah, but the modulators and the monitor gonna get some nice stuff done. God, my war room's now taking ages to load. Where's my cock? Where's my where's my cock list?
Superconduction. +2 to attack roll.
To attack
or
rolls.
lightning.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, ionization is the rule. It's on like the Prime Conflict servitors and the Firefly.
Yeah,
I think that's it.
yeah, but like having +2 to hit as
+2
well
to
as
hit and damage.
and +2
between
to
the two,
damage,
yeah.
is pretty
Yeah.
tasty. And obviously then the Tep can just go in and like
I do like it.
load up on the damage dice, which is nice. And it's paired up with Axis in Clockwork Legion, so Axis with double Cipher, double Conservator, Colliery Diffuser, Galvanizer, Inverter, 3 ADOs, 2 Enigma Foundries, and then
No.
Eradicators and Reciprocators. So
No Gatsby.
so no Gatsby and only
Oh.
2 units of dudes with a normal amount of Enigma Foundries, because he's gone very battle group heavy. Not sure.
I'm not sure this tanks what it needs to tank.
Well, Axis is pretty good at tanking stuff, right? When you can't charge his
He
stuff,
is.
and when you
But
walk
the
in,
game's
you're
become
weaker.
pretty
and-
hard hitting.
yeah, and he's got to be up there. So yeah, I think it's okay though. I think Axis has still got a decent caster.
So I like Axis.
Yeah, I'm with it. Right, next is Flow with some Grimkin. We've got Wanderer in Bump of the Night. This is like very bumpy mix. So Double Clock, Crabbit,
I love this.
Gorehound, Baron, Caskimps, Defiled Archons, Isaiah, 2 lots of Dreadrots, 1 Madcap unit, which is nice, 2 Manly Men, and then Nayslayers. So a bit of the all-star list. Like I still think this is good.
I've played I played this at WTC. This was absolutely a great list to play.
Yeah.
Horrendous for your opponents.
Yeah, this is. Yeah, I think the last time I played Grimkin, I went to an event and my opponent just gave up on turn 2. They're like, I can't do anything. They're just like, fuck's sake, I can't do anything against any of your stuff. And I was like, well, you can. But they were like, no, it's not worth me getting angry.
I mean,
just stop playing now.
Say,
I watched. I watched-
Starcross, the Defiled Aura.
Yeah. And Monkey Bite as well,
Like-
if you got living stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
mean, I
it's-
bullied a Vlad 2 Doom Reavers with this,
Yeah.
and
oh,
it was just horrendous.
and annoyance from the Nayslayers as well, if you really need to make
Yep.
it worse. Yeah, it's
It's
pretty.
just awful.
Yeah, I do like it. I like it a lot. And then the pair is King of Nothing with 1, 2, 3, 4 Clockatrices, 3 Krabbits, Gorehound, Baron, double Archon, 4 Gremlin Swarms, Carrion Rose, and then Min Dreadrots and a Death Knell. Like, I'm not sure.
Dreads to feed the death
yeah,
knell.
but like, why do you need?
What are you
the-
gonna do with
I mean,
it
do you
though?
need to feed the Death Knell?
Yeah,
Don't, because
don't.
you've got no.
Because
There's no skinnies. There's no
yeah,
What's
yeah.
the name? No cage rages. So what for? Yeah.
oh,
I'm
I
a
mean,
bit
plus the Death Knell
confused.
just like feeds itself. Like it
Yeah.
gives you the
No.
warm corpse it needs.
Well, it gets the one. Yeah.
Like
I mean, that's
for
all
me,
you really need.
for me, that's 18 points that could go into like more Clockatrices. 18 points there. Drop the Gorehound as well. That's
I
24
agree.
points. You've got most
That's-
of two.
Yeah, you just gotta find
24.
2 more, and then you
Drop
got
one-
2
Two more. And
clock.
that's
Drop
another
one the
two
Krabbits.
clocks,
Yeah. Drop the Krabbit you've paid for,
Yeah.
and then you got
There
another
you
two
go.
Clockatrices.
Yeah.
But that's the sort of obnoxious like King of Nothing list I used to play. So
That's what you were playing.
yeah, pretty much. I loved
Yes.
it. Loved it. Right, the last one is Signar. So Charles is playing Haley 2 with Brick House, a Firefly, Thorn, and a squad. This is in Storm Division, I should say. Sorry. 2 Stormcallers, Alexa Min Storm Lancers, 2 Storm Towers, and then Nemo with a Mangler and a Storm Strider. That's like it's an interesting mix. It looks like he started to
Yeah.
build it looks like he started to build a Nemo 3 list and then realised he liked Haley 2 more and then has settled somewhere in the middle. Like I don't
I like
know.
it.
I think Haley 2 is a really nice one to stick around now with particularly with the rise of Circle again, who are playing so many battle group heavy lists that really rely on 4 heavies.
Yeah,
You
it
can't
turns out
fail
when
to
you-
feat on your army.
Turns out when you can just feed on an army and then it can't do anything, it's pretty good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
legitimately so. And it's paired with a Striker in Flames, like a bit of an old school one. So with the Galleon, Alexa Throne, Hermit, Jake's with Gallant, 1 Morrow and Archon, 2 Thamrites, Ragman, and then Min Precursor Knights though, with the UA in Battle Priest. Where's he missing points to get that Min to max? I guess it's a big payout, right, to get the Galleon and Gallant. It's a lot of jack points.
Yeah.
But like, yeah, it's a decent tonky list that will feat and be just a pain in the arse to remove. And
Yeah.
Right, and that's all the lists that we went through. So thanks for joining us.
Yeah. The rest.
rest.
There's no more.
The rest you'll see next
Yeah.
week, right? No. So the rest is mostly America, to be fair, right? So go on. So the USA teams are named
Yeah.
after
Our space missions.
space missions, right?
Yeah.
And not Battlestar Galactica.
Not just. Yeah. We went space theme because we have a million teams and red, white, and blue doesn't work for that.
Yeah.
And the first is, of course, Team Apollo.
Couldn't you have been red,
Which
white, and
is-
blue, and then stars and stripes? Wouldn't that have been like the
Yeah, but that's
easy-
boring.
Well, it is boring.
US
yeah.
US does that like every year, and it's boring.
Okay, that's fair. that's a legitimate.
It's like the
counterpoint.
first. This is the first year our jerseys aren't just red, white, and blue.
Yeah. Okay. I'll give you that.
Yeah,
I'll
that's
give you
fair.
So carry on. So this is your team, right? The first one. So USA Apollo.
Yeah, it's all garbage lists. Garbage lists with garbage players.
Who's your first garbage player?
So this,
First garbage player is the captain, Brandon Owens. He's a big old jerk. He's mean. He's rude.
I don't think he's been on Circle for Crucible Guard for very long. He probably doesn't know what he's doing. This list. It's look,
Yeah, he's
God.
playing
This-
Crucible Guard. He probably just
Yeah.
like puts his models on and like
Just
Doesn't
shoves them
wanna, like,
forward.
doesn't want to deal with his
Yeah,
opponent.
this looks like a pair he's stolen off the internet. I think it's probably.
Yeah, he probably stole it from this like Eurus guy on Facebook.
Yeah, there's a really famous guy that is that's like I think patented like Ass Mountain and Lucas as a pair. And yeah,
Yeah,
obviously,
he just stole
Brandon's
his
just hacked his
list.
Facebook and looked at what it
Yeah.
is. Yeah. If
Yeah.
you're watching and
He-
you don't know, that is actually Brandon's list. Yeah, he's
Yeah.
put
Yeah.
like hats off to him. He put a lot of time into changing things around, and I know he's tweaked
He's a
them
sweetheart.
back and forth.
He's
Yeah, he's a
bringing.
good guy.
He's got four chances on the table. I don't want to give him any credit.
He won't be
fuck
playing
everything
that
about
list.
him at that
You
point.
won't see that list, though, right?
Yeah.
You'll see Gerhardt.
It's Lucas, like all the kind of like good tech jacks, 2 trains, and then like piles of solos.
Yeah, real
Um,
is a pile of solos.
You got like Stinger, 2 aces, 4
Ah,
trancers.
Aces are so good.
They're so good, especially when it just like walks up to an Archon. It's like, boop, boop.
I'm 3 points and you're dead. It's just so
Yeah.
silly.
And then Ass Mountain, like typically what we're seeing
Yeah.
with a Tham Archon.
Yeah, it's really
Just two really solid lists.
it's definitely
Been
gonna.
playing them both for like all year.
Yeah.
Because that's what he won the Las Vegas Open with, right? And that was
Essentially, yeah. There's
last
been
January.
some changes.
Yeah, I think the Gerhardt
I see
list is
we were
exactly the
discussing-
same, and I think the Lucas list, the solo stuff has changed. I
We were
think.
discussing earlier. I think you're obviously right there about that. It's just the points that he's also no Vindicator, double Dragon's Breath.
Yeah, it's something we talked about, and like like the points just are like so hard with that list because you want like basically all the units, and that kind of locks you out on points.
Yeah,
And Tham Archons are just good.
legit.
Turns out.
Always good.
And then next we have Brad Park. He's also
You just
a bully.
found some. You just dragged some madman out of the desert and you handed him a couple of gators.
Yeah, when we were in Elvia, we found some like crazy man just spewing stuff on the street, and we're like, you know what, he could be a good player.
Is
He looks
Brad
like the kind of minion.
is Brad Brandon's winnings from LVO? Is what you're saying, right? It's just-
Yeah, when
collected
Brandon
it.
won, he actually got Brad's soul.
Yeah, scooped him from the city. It's like, now you're mine. It's fine.
Yeah. Brad's probably flying right now, so we can talk as much shit as we want.
Oh, is he coming over to the East Coast?
But earlier.
He's I think he has a layover in
Excuse
Philly
me.
or Jersey, and then he'll be over in Europe.
Oh, he's coming a bit earlier then.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, he's coming a bit earlier. Like I think he lands technically like Saturday.
Need to
Oh,
light
wow. Okay.
light the
Or no,
beacons.
not Saturday, Friday.
Light the beacons of Gondor.
Yeah. But he's got Rask and Ragnar, double R's.
Yeah, the Rask is like super controlly, right? So it's Rask with
Oh, yeah.
a Soul Slave Swamp Horror, Wrestler on Rask, and then Barney's got a Swamp Horror, Rausch Brine, Double Primal, which is lovely with Rask, Boomy 3, Hermit, Witch Doctor, Quack and Gub, Lannister, a Feral Geist, a River Raider, and Valkyries. Like,
He has done some fancy footwork to fit them in, because all the Rusk lists I've seen have either been taking double Swamp Horror or Swamp Horror and Ninja Pig, and he's managed to fit in all three.
yeah, I like
yeah,
it.
it's real tight. There's not a lot of flex, but it's got the tools.
Yeah, there's no fat in this list.
Yeah, it's very tool heavy, very control heavy, and I love the Ragnar list. Like, I think Ragnar is
Yeah,
still
like-
a bit of a dark horse caster. I think like over here, not many people see Ragnar being played.
No,
I mean,
I
like,
am
even-
grossly disappointed in Brad that he didn't take another minion caster, that he went to trolls. Grossly disappointed, Brad.
I tried talking him into Helga 2. He played Helga 2
Yes.
in LVO, and we almost did it, but
Couldn't get
he was
there.
weak. No, he had to bring out the trolls.
Yeah, I do like that.
But it's
Yeah,
like
Ragnar.
it's like the best of VOD. Like you got
Yeah.
Desmond Oven, Gudrun, Boomhowler, Dunia Archon, Rausch and Brine, Medrek Zero with an Impaler and Axer. and then
Yeah.
Pyre, Earthborn, Warhog, Roadhog, and then kind of just
Can't
3
fault
Swamp
it.
Gobber River Raiders, because why are you playing a list that has access to them and not taking at least one?
Yeah.
It's a perfectly good question.
Yeah, yeah,
And
well, yeah.
Stone
In a
Eclipse.
list where you're not going to break his stuff on feat turn, and yeah, you're definitely not going to break it if Swamp Gobbers have got on you to weaken you as well.
Oh, you're
I
using him
mean,
for weekend? You just walk up to like a Colossal and like, hey, my 1-point model
Yeah,
basically did something that
yeah,
Usually
you say
made you
that,
cry.
but this useless player that's next in their list has a secret masters list with full access to Swamp Gobber River Raiders and not a. Oh no, I lied. There's one
one
hiding.
in each.
It was
It's
hiding
fine.
in the Lanissa.
I
Was
hide them.
hiding.
Hide them between all the other good models so people don't expect them. Yeah,
There it is.
these lists are dog shit too.
So it's
Honestly, if you're playing
Wormwood.
Circle,
Yeah, they're
don't
blatantly.
don't play them.
So are these copied off the Full Tilt guys? Because they could like make a list of people copy, right?
Yeah, so Marc Andre made this list. Obviously, no one else was playing it before him, and I stole it from him, and definitely not the other way around. Love you, Mark. But yeah, it's Wormwood with a Stalker, Pure Blood,
3 heavies.
and then Hermit, Kruger Zero with a Feral, 2 Primals, 2 Dunias,
4
Lanissa,
Archons.
a River Raider, 3 Gallows Groves, double Valkyries, a unit of Slaughterhousers, and a unit of Stones. And then Kruger 2, also in Secret Masters, to no surprise, it's what I've been playing
With
for
3 weirds.
years. Yeah, with
Yeah.
Feral, Stalker, Warden, 3 weirds because I hate fun. 3 Gallows Groves, Hermit, 2 Death Archons, because of
goodness.
course. River Raider, Wayfarer, Chuck, and double Slaughterhousers.
And
Really do hate fun.
Circle players paying attention will notice there is no wells because they're bad models.
There's no wells.
No wells,
bad
models. The
Have you-
slaughterhouses are really interesting.
Have you got
And
a
the
well in
triple
your
weird,
list,
this is
Seven?
unusual. Only in Chromac.
You've got.
I-
You
I
do
forgive that, even though you're playing a subpar caster. I'll throw out the fighting words. I'll let Morehouse message me later.
The podcaster.
Yeah, Morehouse is gonna message me later. Like, I want to start the fighting words. WTC's next weekend. I might
That's
as well
fine.
start early. Trash tier caster.
I keep looking at the matchups and it's like I see things that scare off Kruger. I never see anything that scares off Chromac. Just
I mean, you realize that I'm playing 2 spellcaster based warcasters.
yeah. Yeah, I gotta tell you,
And
Chromac
there's a lot of
doesn't
Chromac.
Yeah.
Chromac
there's a lot.
doesn't want to see 3 weirds in front of him, eh? Like, put down Warpath, I dare you.
But yeah, these lists are cool. I've been playing them essentially
Forever
what?
since you were
I was
born.
gonna say this Kruger list I've been playing forever. This Wormwood list was
Stolen from Marc
made
Andre.
after Captain Con. Yeah, sorry. After Captain Con, I stole it from Marc Andre. He was really kind to let me steal his big brain plays.
Legit.
But it's cool. Like people weren't really playing this kind of build, and I think I might be one of the few Circle players with Primal Archons, which is nice.
Yeah, I quite
We
like
have 4
it.
Primal Archons across the team.
Yeah, there's a lot of counter-charging idiots knocking you down.
Yeah. Plus, lots of pigs. Oink oink.
Yeah, pigs everywhere.
Not a lot of Circle models.
Yeah, neither of these are typical lists for either of these casters, which is really cool to see.
Yeah, you're only you're outside of the battle groups. Is it like a Wayfarer and Chuck are your only and the Gallows Groves? I guess are the only Circle models in that
Yeah, the
group
Gallows
list.
Groves. Both lists have triple Gallows Groves because,
Yeah.
again, no fun allowed.
Legit.
But it's mostly, like, both lists are mostly minion based outside of the battle group.
Yeah, it's gonna be a weird thing like that changeover where we're not seeing like all in Mark IV, where we're not expecting to see.
Yeah, I'll miss it. I'll actually have to play circle models.
Yeah.
So-
Or
no.
mercs.
You have to take groves because you've only got a single warden.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or in the case of Wormwood, 0 wardens.
Right, let's jump on to your
Yeah.
next teammate, Ryan.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I think Ryan's I think the only member of your team I don't know.
Yeah, Ryan stepped in because Bergstrom could no longer make it.
Yeah.
But he's playing exactly Bergstrom's list with like a slight variation with Kaelissa. Because he has
Yeah, he's got a Harpy on Alara
Fey Knight
rather than
Isian.
yeah, and a Harpy on Alara rather than the third Attorney.
Yeah. And that's
Yeah.
what allowed him to get Isian.
Yeah. Yeah, I like
And then
Isian.
outside from that, it's kind of just like good models in both lists. Gorshade 4 with like a Hyperion and like double Risavas.
Yeah, double Risvas and Wardens, so he's got like the required amount of obnoxious idiots and some hard hitters.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
good pairing.
Yeah, it's
Attacked by
good list with good models and a good faction.
This is cool.
Yeah.
And
little
then
more
we've
to say.
got Justin Dew, not playing Mena.
But he's been on
Should
these
be-
guys since VTC,
Got
right?
double Aurora.
Yeah, he's been on these guys since VTC because he was tired of Menoth and the meta.
Yeah.
Oh no.
There was a lot of, especially as Circle kept progressively getting better, a lot of points of like, why the fuck am I playing Menoth?
Yeah.
But
it's just-
he's playing, what do we register him as? Convergence?
Yeah.
He's
Convergence
playing
or
Strange
Mercs.
Bedfellows.
Could be either.
Yeah,
right?
it's Strange Bedfellows, the faction. With Aurora 1, with double Swabber Corollary Diffuser, double Death, Hermit, 2 Frustrum Locusts, Hypatia, and a set of Scrap Thralls with Gatsby with a Strike, 3 Negation Angels, and 2 Stormsmith Storm Towers. And then Aurora 2 with Mangler Corollary Swapper, Nemo 4 with a Diffuser and Mangler, Locust, Hermit, Accretion Servitors, Double Death, and Gatsby 4 with a Shrike.
I do love strikes with Gatsby. Like,
Yeah, like the trample's just so good.
Yeah.
Like it gets into spots really easily.
yeah. I like.
Um,
I really like the Auroras still, but like, I couldn't bring myself to play them in person because I did the same. I swapped onto them during the VTC times, and then just found them horrible to play in person. I was just like knocking wings, and then like like watching this domino
Everything's
effect of
top
models
heavy.
falling over, and I'm like, no, I can't play this.
Oh, just wait.
Can't
I'm
play.
sure when we get to Belgium, Justin's gonna have like 7 broken models to fix and gonna be thrilled about it.
Yeah, they're just too thin. And
That's when the story of him playing this list pair is the most frustrating part is the models.
Yeah. I don't think I took my Angels because I had the actual models to play it as well. I didn't just like play it online and not have them. I had the Angels, but every time I took them to anything, I had to repair them when I got there. Didn't matter what.
Yeah.
It was like
It's aggravating.
yeah. So that's there. So you're looking
Yeah,
pretty good as a team.
That's the first of the
Would
5.
Would you
garbage
say
teams.
your team won because you're the best of the American teams?
No, because we'll be the first to disappoint.
Okay.
But
I'll
no,
take that.
we're hoping to have a good run this year. Honestly, like, we're really happy with our list and like with the team comp and just, I don't know. We'll see.
Right, let's look at
very
Artemis
cool.
next. So Artemis, captained by Travis. So we've
Yep.
got Crix
He's being a big old jerk and playing Crix K2D2
and
Yeah.
Scar
And
3, which
Scar
is
3.
I think decent pair for it.
Um,
So Scar 3
Yeah,
is
I
in
really like
Scourge.
his Scar 3 list.
Yeah, so it's a Priestess, 2 Leviathans, Axiara, Gerlach,
Yeah.
Misery Cajun, and River Raider, Gatsby with 2 freebooters, and then Marauders with Jessica, Maxitixis Raiders with a Witch and Surge. Dirtiers. Yeah, I can't
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah, I like the
Works well.
Gatsby double freebooter.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
I
The
think
Leviathans are an interesting choice. It's always a tough call. Do you want a Kraken or do you want to pair Leviathans?
I think given how the meta looks and how easy it is to just like delete a colossal,
You rather spread
Leviathans
them out.
are. Yeah,
Yeah.
like losing a heavy to a POW 23 Warp Wolf is much more bearable than losing a colossal
Losing
to
a
a POW
Kraken.
23. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah. 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 And then his K2 douchebag list is 4 Desecrators, an Inflictor, a Wraith Engine, and then Dara Hermit, double Necrotech Pistol Wraith, Denny with a Death Ripper, a Warwitch Siren, and 1 unit of Mechanthrals with Brutes. Like I really don't rate Denny. I think she's just so unreliable.
I was about to jump on the same thing.
Yeah, we've
Denny-
So many Crix K2T2 have Denny, and I don't know.
I think she's dog
No.
shit. Like she
I'm in
can't.
the same boat.
Like when she
I'm
when
not-
she struggles to hit a heavy, like with a debuff, I'm like you're in trouble. Nah.
just
Well, if you just
can't
roll good
justify
all the
it.
time.
Well,
But
yeah.
I-
But if you're roll good, you don't
I
need to
do
debuff
like
them
that
anyway,
he's
right?
He's gone with sort of Brad's theory of take a Wraith Engine, take Dara Wraith, and really just be obnoxious with that combination.
Yeah.
Yeah,
'Cause I've seen a lot.
the
I've seen a
Wraith
lot
Engine-
of the Crix missing one of those two ingredients, and I think they work so well together.
Yeah, the Wraith Engine's pretty cool, especially considering, like, yeah, like, a bunch of lists have incidental magic weapons, but, like, I feel like people, like, might not be completely prepared for, dealing with
It's
a
a com-
Wraith Engine outside of the objective.
It's a combination of everything you need. I mean, it's a Wraith Engine. If you've got magic weapons, yeah, you can deal with it, but you need to have magic weapons that can get through the stupid thing at armor 24.
Yeah, that's the thing, it's like a lot of the Chromac 1 lists don't have, like, a pure blood, so, like, you have
Yeah.
to rely on the objective, or it
Yeah.
just gets to exist.
Well,
And it's
they've
only
all got a
one weapon
well,
as well,
so
isn't it?
they've all got a well. Bring in a shaman.
Right.
Bring in the Tharn shaman, and you can hand out magic weapons.
But then you're not bringing in a Wayfarer, which kind of sucks.
Then you're not bringing in a Wayfarer.
Yeah. But is it going to matter in that list anyway? Because Karchev's going to threat you anyway.
No,
No.
Karchev's gonna come up and Buzzsaws go burr as it crit shreds you. And...
Yeah.
Nah, yeah.
Look,
the crit shred is like the most
To be
silly thing
honest,
I've seen.
I mean,
It's
I'm not
the most
I'm not dropping
obnoxious thing
Karchev.
ever.
I'm not dropping Chromac into this.
Yeah,
I just
like,
I get out traded. There are too many heavies. I've
yeah,
only got four.
every time I see a Desecrator coming into anything I own, and it's like
it makes me upset.
yeah, it's like hit crit, then I'll crit off the crit, then I'll hit, then I'll crit
And
again,
then I crit off
then I'll
the
crit
crit.
off the crit,
Yeah.
and it's just like it's like well done with that
oh,
one
nice.
focus. That one focus has killed my heavy. Good talk.
Yeah,
Good talk.
I had a Inflictor trample through Wormwood feet.
Oh no.
And then buy an attack, and then I think it killed a heavy without buying another attack.
The inflictor can't do
That's
that.
cool.
It's only got the inflictor is just crit.
Or not the
poison.
Inflictor, the
Desecrator.
The
Buzzsaw-
desecrator.
Yeah.
Yeah. The
Buzzsaw bird.
desecrator.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it casually happens to be Grievous as well. Just-
That's
Yeah.
what really hurts.
Just why
I guess
not?
that's just
Like
fluff,
if
right?
it manages to not just crit you off the board.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, it's just a fluff thing, right? Because obviously it's a chainsaw, so it's gonna keep on hitting you, and it's gonna leave a nasty
Yeah.
wound. Like
yeah.
you can't say you can't let them have it.
Ah,
But yeah. Of all
but
the
I'm not
things,
think
of all the things that
Kralik
stacks
doesn't want to
together.
play any
Yeah.
part of that.
Yeah. Right. So that's Travis. Next is Aaron. Aaron playing Convergence, which is no surprise to anyone who knows him. So Orion. This is like really similar to, I think, definitely a Orion list. I'm pretty sure
Pretty
he played
close.
in VTC, if not like at the last WTC.
Yeah, I think this is essentially his list pair that he played during VTC.
Yeah. So
Like
it's
with some
seven
modifications.
modulators and a prime conflux, and then Destructotron, and then a bunch of support. So all the zappy shots of like lining up electrical guns, like legit, and then obviously magic bullets to bounce around. Yeah, and like I remember I played him at one of the years the VTC, and I was surprised at how much the stuff under Orion gets done. Like you look at it stat wise,
Yeah,
and
like
you're
those
like, yeah,
idiots.
it wouldn't be that much, and then they suddenly start taking off heavies, and you're like,
Yeah, those idiots can just randomly take off heavies, which is very surprising
Yeah.
if you like just look at it on paper.
Yeah, it hits. Yeah, it's like deceptive. I think how much it gets how much work it gets done, both against like infantry and against heavies. So yeah, I think it's a nice flex list. And then that's paired up with Aurora in Bedfellows,
2.
obviously. And then it's a Cypher, Colliery, Freebooter, Double Tesslator, Diffuser, Hermit, Double Void, Frustrum, Hypatia, Gatsby the Shrike, 3 lots of Negation Angels, which is again, yeah, it's very
Yeah,
much like
very-
last
yeah.
year. Still good.
I do prefer the deaths to the voids, but whatever
The
you
void,
prefer.
no, the voids go silly. Like just get such ridiculous like assassination angles though. So
Do they nowadays? Now that they've been changed, they used to.
how have they been changed, Evan? What did they
Uh,
lose? What did
They
they
can't-
lose?
They can't do the assault spray and smack you bullshit
They lost.
anymore.
So they lost something, right?
So
They lost dual attack, which Aurora can give them. Back.
Yes.
So Aurora gives them dual attack back.
Oh,
yeah, but the issue is you can no longer boost on the assault spray,
Yeah,
so you lose out on the initial
but
like,
you're
jump.
yeah
chance.
because it's assault spray rather than going in and then getting to do stuff. But I think you still get like some crazy angles when Aurora does whatever it is whatever protocol that hands out the dual attack again.
Yeah. Plus, like I mean, with all the Matrix 3, like voids are just good.
Yeah, voids are
Yeah,
just nice
that's
to have,
fair.
bro.
Also, I think Aurora's battle plan doesn't work on them. I don't think it.
No, they're a friendly faction.
Yeah, but I think the wording doesn't include Archons.
What?
Yeah. Chat just also pointed it out. Because
living or construct. Yeah.
Oh, what a sad state of affairs. Right, you go. Well, I don't play that shit anymore for a reason. Going
you
over.
only play OP factions.
Yeah.
I don't play OP factions. Oh man, what a disappointment. There we go. Yeah. So basically, Aurora's just made of shame and regret, and what was once good is now just okay. Like yeah. Chuck him in the bin. Like and
done
rinse.
with.
Yeah, be done with it. Yeah, no,
Yeah.
I still like it.
Bad choice, bad teammates.
I definitely do have a soft spot.
This is
still
what
for
you get
Aurora.
for looking at American lists, just disappointment.
Yeah.
That's it. This
I
is all
tried
it
to warn
brings.
you.
Wait,
All it brings.
This is legitimately true. Right, let's look at
Haven't you
Riker's
been
list.
listening to EU for the past few years? We're just so behind.
Well, yeah, I'm getting these are lists. Well, no, but these literally are lists from a year ago, right? which is deliciously ironic. Riker's list are next. Then let's have a look. So Riker is on Circle. Riker's running Chromac and
Cormac and
Kruger.
Kruger.
Are you excited by these lists, you pair? Do they give you everything you
Am I
expect?
excited?
So, isn't a whole lot to say. Like the
Chromac's
Chromax
greedy.
list is pretty much the standard Chromax list.
Isn't
I'd like to
isn't that
point out
greedy?
a specific 10-point slot in the Kruger 2 list.
Is it about in the middle? Is it
It's
literally
like
got
right
what?
in the middle.
Why?
Right in the middle.
Why?
That...
Shit model.
Riker's got a well in his Kruger list. What is this like?
Shame.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I assume he'll arrive at WTC stripped and head shaved and with a bell and some angry trout woman walking behind him. Like, who knows? But yeah, the rest of it is all unfortunately
Pretty
as we'd
standard.
expect.
Yeah,
Are you seeing
standard good models.
Getrix and Loki? Getrix,
Yeah, I
Loki,
like that.
Standard.
a feral and a
This
stalker.
is the standard in
Yeah.
like for every Chromac list here, with the one exception of the weird one we just saw in
Yeah.
Thon. It's
Yeah,
the four wolves: feral, stalker, Loki, Ghetto.
Yeah, this is fair.
I
Right.
played 5 heavy build for WTC, and I really liked Loki with Chromac.
Yeah, the Aussies we went through in the first round of these have been playing 5 heavies. I dropped my 5th heavy. I found I much preferred spending those points on some extra stuff that could contest without giving up a heavy.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. All right, then let's have a look at the next one. So next is David Kwan. I don't think I know David. I probably have like seen him at events. I'll like seen him from afar at events, not actually at events, because I'm not allowed to go.
I was
to
gonna say he typically sticks to like West Coast events.
Yeah. I mean, I'll have seen his name. Like, I think the name has popped up for sure. I just don't know him. Not one of
he's a nice
people
dude.
I talk to. That's cool. So he's playing proper mercs, real mercs, not just auroras. Osram in the regulars. I do like Osram. I got a proper soft spot. Osram with 3 drillers, 3 bashers, Nemo with a mangler, and then Gudrun, Anastasia, Malvin 2, Des and Gubbin, Lanissa, Gorman. What year are we in? This is
That's interesting.
Yeah, and then some cars here.
I haven't seen Gorman in ages.
Yeah.
Okay.
like I thought all Gormans had been melted down to like make good models. Yeah.
Why is he still 4 points when so many really strong models have dropped to 3?
It's a hard life.
Anyway.
Good question.
It's a hard life being a Gorman. But yeah, I like the
Maybe
option list.
First Year Press forgot about him.
Yeah.
More than likely.
Like I really like Harlem like in that slot instead. I think Harlem just is like a little just cheeky. I like how he outperforms what I expect out of him. Like every time I play him, when I play him with Osram. Otherwise, it never really goes into a list.
Because he's a
Can't lie.
dumb dwarf.
Because he's a dwarf.
Gets fast on feet turn.
He's fast armored.
Gets sniped.
Gunslinger. Yeah. Sits behind a building and starts shooting annoying stuff. It's pretty handy to have, right?
Yeah.
Really?
And then his other list is Ashland 2.
Oh, we missed a trick. We've missed a trick in the chat.
What did we miss?
Luke in the chat has gone.
Gorman's
alive! Yeah.
Cute.
I'll point out
genius.
Gorman's also in the Ashland 2 list.
No way. David obviously just has like a love affair with Gorman.
Clearly.
Sponsored by.
To be fair, I think Gorman's pretty good with Ashland too.
Yeah, I think it's a lot better with
because,
Ashland than Osram.
Bring him back with feet.
Yeah, is very tiny.
Right.
So yeah, Ashland in Lane Leads Resistance with the Swabber and Mariner, double Tham Archons, Ragman, Anastasia, a Tinker, Marvin 2, Eilish, Boss Macahorn, double Morrowind Archons, Gorman, and then double Ash Troopers. Yeah, I like Ashlyn. It's like she's one of like the old flag model. I don't know, just got a thing for it. I don't know. It's not a weird thing. I'll shut up now. But yeah.
Ashland 2 is dope. Turns out Hand of Faded Thamrite Archons are good.
Yeah,
and that summarizes the list.
Yeah, Thamrite Archons shoot good. Do not pass go. And then next is
Rate of Fire 3 gun goes spur.
Yeah. Why the rate of fire 3 change?
And next we
choice.
have
Cat Royer,
number
one player,
NA.
American painter. Full stop.
Yeah. Cat Royer fan club, of course.
Yeah. So she's playing Virus 1 in Forges with Silas, Imperatus, Double Harpy,
Nice.
Quad Siren, and then a Trident mechanic, and then Nis Hunters, and then some Arcanists. No Arcanists.
Yeah, I played
solo.
into-
Oh yeah, one Arcanist solo.
I played into this list at Elvio Nova.
Yeah.
And it's quite cool. Like there's a lot of like cool moving parts.
Yeah.
And like Bird's Eye is really good given the WTC terrain.
Yeah, and the amount of wormwoods. like bit of both, right?
Yeah.
Well, this pairing is just built to shit on Wormwood. I mean, between Virus and Gary.
You don't see it. And then obviously, if you're gonna get something handy out onto, for instance, a Siren, it's like they're all just walking mini hermits, right? So they just go, no thanks, you missed that.
Yeah.
Or
They're
you
like,
don't
I
know,
don't want to deal with that.
Yeah, that doesn't hurt me. Next attack. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I like the synergy of it.
Try again.
Yeah, exactly. And then the Gary list is Gary and Defenders. It's a bit more of a mix of stuff. So we've got Silas, a Banshee, and Moros. In case you want to be paralyzed and knocked down, and then the AFG and the Trident to also knock you down and knock you down. Yeah, like what's not to like about it? And then Void Archon, Double Ghost Snipers, a healer, mechanic, some House Guard Thanes to speed up the rifle teams, and the Halberdiers, and then a cheeky bit of Electromancers on the side because they're just great. Like I hated Electromancers when I started playing them, and then now I'm just like they just destroy objectives every game.
Yeah, now you're like, why isn't everyone playing 2 of these in every possible list?
Yeah, yeah, pretty much. Yeah, I might have 2 in both my lists. Yeah, sad.
As should every rep player.
Yeah. But yeah, I think it's a really good mix of stuff, and like both lists have got like some very legitimate threats to I'm gonna kill you. But yeah, the Gary list, like the AFG, the Trident, the Moros, and the Banshee, are all, if you get shot by one of them or punched by the ram, it's on, right? It is on. So fair play. Yeah,
that's the thing. Is like both the lists are really nice because they just don't care about terrain.
Yeah, which is huge because that's what you expect out of WTC is literally huge terrain.
Yeah, literally,
Yeah, when we
I've
practice,
been playing with some of the files and it's absolutely fucking insane.
Yeah, like when we're practicing, as the event comes closer, we just start putting down like 3 bits of terrain, all clumped together as like that's one WTC forest compared to what we're used to normally playing with, or that's one massive building because that's what we'd expect to see next week in Blankenberge. So yeah, fair play.
Yeah, I mean like the quicksands are also.
Oh yeah. I was looking at the terrain pack and it's.
You remember the beach table?
Yeah.
The water features.
Yeah,
Those
they're
are now
now just quicksand. Yeah. Have you
and,
have you
one
looked
of
at this,
like...
Evan, as well? Have you looked at the terrain pack?
No.
Oh,
No. I have not.
just fine. Nothing to see. Carry on.
Yeah, don't worry about it.
Yes.
Alrighty then.
Those big water features, just put all your heavies in it, and then you'll be fine.
Yeah, just
Oh
fine.
right.
And and there's loads of squalls as well and stuff like that. So not squalls. Yeah, squalls. Yeah, so and like basically like they've repurposed a bunch of the different terrains types and gone, well we'll make sure we're using them. So yeah, I'm expecting to see a lot of squalls, a lot of quicksand, a lot of
There is
everything.
Yeah.
And then I'm assuming they'll just literally light them on fire and be like, that one's on fire, look. I don't know. Or token it. Or maybe there won't be a lot of burning stuff apart from the clouds. Anyway, let's have a look at the next list. So Gemini is next. So Grant's the captain, yeah? Grant Ritchie.
Yeah, Grant's the captain.
So cool. Good. Well done, Grant. He's a good guy. Silvestro and Gerhardt.
Yeah, he gave up on Signar to be a big CG bully.
To be a better player, right?
To play better Signar.
Better Signar, yeah. Cannot fault it. Yes, so Silvestro, Liberator, Toro, Vindicator, Alice, obviously, Mentalist, Mechanic, Prospero with Suppressor, Double Transfer, Steelhead Halberdiers with Mosby, and then Double Rayless.
Yeah, it's kind of a throwback. Like that's the style Silvestro that was being played like when the faction came out.
Yeah.
Like with the Steelheads.
Yeah, it's not bad still. I think it's got a bunch of like good elements to it still that are gonna help out. And Silvestro's just good.
Double trains, obviously good.
Yeah. I heard you guys. I had Twitch on while I went and put my daughter back to bed, so it's like, look, have a drink, settle down, and listen to the dulcet tones of Twitch. She was asleep in like 2 seconds because we're not very exciting. No, she's fine. No, yeah, I think you guys were saying how Silvestro was evergreen. I believe was Evan's Evan's
Yeah.
description, which I think is right. And then Gerhardt obviously is
Ass Mountain.
and Ass Mountain,
That's
just
good.
a little bit of a variety list though. So he's got Stormtroopers. And some two.
Oh, did he end up going with Stormtroopers?
Yeah, so Vulcan and Alice, 2 Mentalists, Mechanic, Rupert, 2 Rockman Aces, and then 3 Min Assault Troopers, 2 Min Experiments, and a max unit of Stormtroopers and a Dragon's Breath. It's like interesting.
Yeah, this was something. Like I think him and Derek talked about it, but like even like a while like. The end of last year, early this year, I was talking to Sven, and like he was really big on Stormtroopers.
Yeah. I think it's.
So it's kind of like cool to see that like mix up from like
Yeah,
a lot of lists that aren't really playing them.
Yeah, and that's the thing as well, is if just like this, the slight tweaks are gonna mean that people aren't necessarily sure exactly what the changes are for unless you're on his team. You know, like you might look at it and go, well, I normally am happy to drop into it, but will he drop the off list instead because of the tweaks, or does that swing?
Yeah, like does this?
Like
what is the tweak here for?
Yeah. How much does it affect my match? Because he's more likely to know how it affects the matchup, whereas you just got to look at it and try and work it out before it's too late, which I respect. That it's nice. Next,
that's what I'm really looking
solid.
forward post WTC is like getting all the teams together and talking about like
I think at the end of it when people like compare
reasonings
matrices
behind shit.
Yeah, like you'll be like, yeah, you're like a super green into my list, and I'd be like, but I'm a green into your list, and then someone's like, what's going on? Yeah, and that's always interesting to see.
Yeah.
And you're like, yeah. Next is Adam Pricer, so great scorn player from. He's like New York a lot, right?
No, he's out of
Or is he-
Virginia. He's out of my area.
All right. It's all the same to me. My geography is bad.
It's
My geography is so bad. So Adam's playing Rasheth with hello. I like this.
double
Okay.
cats.
Yeah. So a Raider, double Shaman, Immortal Vessel, Makeda with a Kriya. There's an Agonizer on Rasheth I missed as well, sorry. And then 2 Wheel Breakers, Redeem, Citradi with Vorkash, two Tyrant Commanders and Standard Bearers, and then 2 lots of Ferox. So basically, both units of Ferox and the Citradi can all get the +2 speed, because obviously... sorry, 2 of the units can get the +2 speed, and then obviously one of them can get Celerity on top. And yeah, two lots of cats.
They can both get celerity because you hot swap it.
Yeah, I know,
It's
it's awful.
gross.
It's just like, it's just disgusting.
And also it
Absolutely
means
gross.
like arc nodes that just can be anywhere on the board.
Yeah, which is like a really scary extra element that the Rasheth adds to it, where you go, well, this guy walks this far and is now like 17 inches up the board in a really awkward... 17 inches, then they repo at the end, right? So 20 inches to get into an awkward position to then go, this guy's now going
And
to
there's
arc
breath of
into...
corruption, yeah.
Yeah, he's going to arc like a breath corruption into the back of your caster's head.
There
or
are
something.
no important solos that you will keep alive. It's just
Yeah,
impossible.
Yeah, you take all your solos and run them in the trash, throw them in the trash bin, and
Yeah.
then you play the game from there.
They're done.
Yeah. Yeah. It is legit, yeah. And then that's paired with, a bit more of a traditional Zal 2 Immortals list, which is the stuff we've seen for years out of it, really. Double Supreme, and then Double Supreme, double Immortals, and then a bunch of solos, and then double Raiders and a Shaman and an Agonizer. I think last time I played Adam, he was playing a Mammoth with Zal, which I quite like, but but there's lots of good options. Next, though, I think that's some really, really good lists from Adam. I think that might be my favourite Scorn pair. Not to play against.
Yeah,
I wouldn't like to play against.
I really like his Rasheth list. Like he busted it out, and we were like, oh shit! Like this list is really cool.
Yeah.
This is solid.
Yeah, it is legit good. All right, so Chris is next with some Circle. Chromac 1, Kruger 2.
Yep.
unusual Chromac one, where I think almost all the Chromac ones have taken the four wolves, one of each.
Yeah, he's got double Stalker,
There's no
Gesserex, double Weird, and Wilder.
he's got. There's no Feral, there's no Loki here. He's only got 3 heavies in his battle group.
Kruger's got a Gorax. And then 1 Primal Archon, Valkyries, Shifting Stones. Yeah, it's a bit of an odd mix.
It's a list I kind of tinkered with for a little bit, and that's where Chris kind of got the inspiration.
So this is if you'd been forced.
This is your fault.
Yeah. I mean, I think he made like a change or two from what I was trying, but like the Primal Valks were definitely something I was toying
looking
with.
at. Yeah.
Interesting. I also settled on the Velks.
Turns out Chromac just loves exploding.
He really does.
Yeah.
I mean, that's also why I love Loki. It's just 1 extra shield guard in the list.
Yeah, that's legitimate. That is legitimate.
And his Kriegs 2 is looking much more traditional.
Yeah,
or is it?
His Kruger 2 is basically what I played at
LVO.
Con.
Captain Con.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
They're both strong list though. It's good. Next is Sean Hopkins. Sean was nearly on my team.
Oh.
So yeah. So when
he started as our alt.
Yeah.
We offered him to you guys, and then we had a bit of like internal explosion across some of the teams.
He had like 3 people in like a week, like had to dip out, right?
Yeah, basically the entire Minnesota meta had to drop out, which was Tom Kleiss and Tom Wurs and David Bergstrom, as well as the alternate for Grant's team, who is Matt Bowen.
Yeah, this is rough. But so I've had a few chats with Sean. He wants to do a shirt swap with my captain, who is Matt Hopkins, because why wouldn't you want your own name on the back of your shirt? But we almost took him. We took we were similar, right? So the Welsh team we've got like a very small pool of War Machine players, just because there's like Wales is a small country population wise, and we lost a bunch of people and had to reach out for a merc. And yeah, I think Sean was in like the final cut, and then sort of. It was good. Yeah, good list. So definitely. So he's got Colgrimmer in Band of Heroes with Double Brawler, Mauler, Axa, Runebearer, Boomy, Dunion Archon, Felcor Hero, and then Stones and Femblades and Champions. So it's a little bit of a different Colgrimmer list. I think it's got like some nice elements to it. And then Magak 3, which is the obnoxious Magak 3 stuff you see everywhere.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think we'd lost a troll player. Had we lost a troll player? I don't even know.
Oh.
I don't even know now. So he was high on the list because we were like looking at replacing and going, yeah, but we've lost so many players over the course of the last like 6 months. Some of whom have like fully paid and then gone, oh, now I can't go, and it's like, what madness is this? But yeah, so yes, it was nice to meet Sean. I had a good chat with him over the last couple of months while we thought he was going to come and join us. So yeah, it's good to see. And then Mike Island has risen from like the ashes, right? I'm not here to
he was
Mike
gonna
playing for
be
ages.
a coach, and then when everything imploded, we were like, Mike, we need players.
We need some actual players. Yeah.
Turns out when we bring 5 teams, it doesn't leave much for fallback.
That's the problem, right? So Mike's been playing rep forever though, so it's not like he's not familiar. She's playing Gorshit 4 in Defenders with Double Phoenix and Silas, and then all the usual gun solos, Ghost Snipers,
I've never
Aelith,
seen
Hermit.
Double Phoenix.
I mean, yeah, I've definitely seen it. Yeah, it's decent because obviously they hit really hard,
Yeah,
they've got
2 heavies that are also
And
hard
you
nodes.
and you got
Yeah.
the nodes to throw out mortality.
yeah, and they've
Yeah.
casually got the combustion attack as well. So if you're
Yeah.
against stuff that for some reason your stuff isn't hitting, you just wander forward and set everything on fire, which is handy.
Yeah.
Which is cool. But yeah, it's double Risavas, double Electromancers, and double Rifle Team as well. Yeah, quite like it. Like, I
Sure.
think how I played Gorshade when I've like run him for people's practice, I've always gone for like 3 melee units.
Oh, with like the wardens.
Yeah, Wardens, or I think Swordsmen are really good with him as well. Just because you've got like that extra like leverage in the feet, because Wardens and Swordsmen have both got parry, so you just launch them even deeper in, and be like, right, cool. How
Oh
many?
yeah, and I guess swordsmen also have defensive strike.
Serpent
minifeat.
Strike, yeah, it's a minifeat, yeah. Yeah, it's quite a nice little combo. Yeah, so you got basically the swordsman hitting you when you come into combat with them, and then the defender's hitting you when you kill them. So it's like, yeah, it's a nice little combo. And then
Probably.
a Calissa list with Hyperion, a Trident, and then double Harpies on Lara, the best way to run a Lara, and then some Ghost Snipers, Iris 1, and then Swordsman with 2 Soulless Escorts and 2 Electromancers. I'm guessing he just had what he really wanted to give them Mage Static, and then had 1 point left over. So just at that point, you may as well give him
Yeah,
a
I
second
think it was
arm.
just an awkward floating
Yeah.
point.
Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, I can't find my third Soulless Escort. I don't know where it is, so I have to borrow one for next week. Awkward. Right, let's pick up the pace, you lovely people. USA
yeah.
Pioneer, Billy Nichols, Rask, and Gunny 2. So Rask is like a little bit like similar to Brad's, but doesn't have
Very
the
similar to Brad's.
but doesn't have the
Yeah, it
primals,
just
right?
has another heavy over the primal. Because it has
Yeah.
Meyer with a
Right.
wrestler.
Wrestler, yeah, which is a big,
right.
it's a big spend. I think I prefer the primals. I think I've seen how effective the primals are on Rask's feet turn, where you can only have so much stuff coming in and just shut it down. But it's still a good list though, for sure.
Yeah.
And then Gunny with double Razorbacks, and then all the usual stuff you'd expect, but double Razorbacks, I think, rather than more Barrage teams. But Barrage teams are twice as expensive as a Razorback, so I can understand it. Yeah, it's a good pair, good strong pair from Billy. And then Cosma is not playing Menoth, he's playing Mercs. So cool. Gaston 2 in Soldiers of Fortune. Look at
That's
this.
unusual.
Yeah, double Halberdiers, double Steelhead Halberdiers, double Steelhead Cav.
Oh god.
And then a blockader, and then basically like a bunch of support and Alexa. Yeah, it's really obnoxious. I think that's quite a
If
tasty
you don't
list.
have RFP, this is just going to choke you up.
Oh yeah,
until
and
your
Sergeant
block dies.
Sergeant Nick there as well, so you can spit out extra halberdiers every turn from Sergeant Nick as he
Plus
does.
whatever Gaston does. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, Gaston will give like one of the units like tough and +3 armor, won't he? And then as they die,
Yeah, and the
Gaston
other
loads
unit
up
is shield
on
guards.
and then as they die, Gaston gets loaded up on souls and goes like becomes like a gun kata ninja thing. Yeah, why not?
It goes Super Saiyan.
Yeah, basically, yeah, it's cool. And then paired with Ostrom with a ton of bashers, some drillers, some blasters, and then a bunch of like steelhead support stuff, so cannon crews, steelhead arcanists, steelhead ironheads, so to like make them go even further. Like I think that's legit. Yeah. I definitely looked at Soldiers of Fortune when I was playing Ostrom to try and like leverage that. It's nice. Right, we won't dwell on it too much.
TK is nice.
Yeah. Just the extra bit when your bashers and drillers are going so far anyway under feet, it's nice to add. Eric's playing Resheth Xerxes 1. This is another Resheth double Ferox. Is all I've got to say about it. All I've got to say about this pair is yuck. Yeah, it's a really nasty Resheth list, like in a good way. And then Xerxes though in Immortals. So Xerxes is double Immortals,
That's
Supreme
interesting.
Guardian, load of support, a load of solos, and then a Sentry, Gladiator, and Tiberian, which is a very different way of building it. But well, quite happily play that instead of Rasheth. So yeah, I don't care really.
And if I have to play into Immortals, I'd rather play into that than Zol.
Yeah, maybe not. Matt Zealous is next with Morvana the Autumn Blade and Kruger 2.
Oh,
I will allow
He
you
is
circle
the only
experts.
Morph 1 at WTC. And I really like Morph 1, so I'm interested to see how it works out for him.
Yes, it's
what's he playing it in? He's playing it in Thorn. I do
Playing it
like
in Tharn
this.
with
Yeah.
double Blood Pack.
Double
Yes.
Blood
So it's
Pack.
Blood
Wow,
Shaman.
he's leaning
And
in
Blood
hard.
Trackers.
Yeah, Brenos, Feral, a Shaman, White Mane, Double Wolf Rider Champion, who were, I think, are ridiculous for 6 points. Gallows Grove, River Raider, Bridgerton Call, Double Blood Pack, Blood Trackers with Nuala, and then Spirit Cauldron.
What does he
Yeah.
have that he can murder with the Blood Shaman?
Blood
'Cause-
Trackers.
Does he have? He's got Blood Trackers there. Okay.
Yeah. Plus,
Oh,
like,
there we go. There's a
plus
full
she
unit
can
of Blood
just-
Trackers. That's fine.
she can just spell slave mortality.
Yeah.
Oh, good God, she can too. Yeah,
Yeah, I think this is like targeting stuff rather than...
this is cool.
Yeah, which is nice. Yeah, I think it's a cool list. And then the Kruger list has got a cheeky bit of Uno and a Storm Raptor slotted down the list as well, which is why it's only got
Yeah.
two old Wardens, 2 old Weirds, and then usual like supporty stuff, but with Una and Storm Raptor just slotted in above the 2
there's
Death
nothing
Archons.
quite like. There's nothing quite like making Kruger's assassination just that bit more obnoxious with the lightning budgies animus.
Yeah, which is fine.
With a Storm Raptor that just ignores everything.
Yeah, which is handy for sure. Right, let's jump through. Cody's running. I should say Matt Zealous. Matt Zealous is one of the guys that did that donated most to the WTC stream. So thanks, Matt, if you watch this. Cody with some. Oh no, not Menoth. This is Infernals.
No, it's Infernal.
Yeah, so Fiora 4 and Lucas.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, would
okay.
you look at this? He's gone double Hearts of Darkness.
Yeah, so Fiora 4 with like 4 Inditers, 2 Revengers, Sevi with the Devout, Living Covenant, Gravnoy, some Choir, and support. That's interesting. And then Lucas with Double Vindicator, Liberator, Gravnoy, Prospero's got a Suppressor, and then a bunch of the solos you expect, like Eilish, Hermit, Number Guardian, Rockets, Grievous Swarms, Howlers, and Assault Troopers. It's really like really nice little different list. Because obviously you can't take trains, which is really sad.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, but yeah.
I'm not convinced, but it's interesting. Give it
But
that
you
much.
but you think Infernals are trashed here anyway, don't you? So there's no convincing you.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, it's very different list, which is cool.
Yeah.
Like, it's very unique.
Yeah, and
I'm
people,
very interested in the Lucas one because you just don't see it, and yet there's a lot to recommend it. So
yeah. And these guys have got an alternative as well. So they've got Rick.
Yeah, they're the only team whose alt survived.
It survives the culling. So they've got an alt playing Crucible Guard. So it's Silvestro with double train. Yeah, Silvestro double train, and then Gearhart Mass Mountain.
yeah,
Which is like which is fair. We know the good list. Yeah. And then Voyager is the last of the American teams. So Nate is captaining them up. Wait a minute.
He is nice and cute.
Yeah, Nate's a good guy. Nate is running Chrissa and Lilith 3. So
yeah.
Chrissa and Children of the Dragon with the stuff you'd expect, right? Zero Lazarel,
Yes.
an Archon with an Angel. He doesn't have a Mechanic Shredder on anyone.
No Max Shredder and no Seraph.
Yeah, so obviously it's like
That seems like a bit of a waste, honestly.
Well, but yeah, look at the other list there, right? The other list will go like a million miles anyway, so who cares? both lists threaten ridiculously far.
Angel,
Without
Double
really
Carney,
having
you've
to
got the
try.
Max Shredder.
Plus, I
Yeah.
think You're missing
There's no
something in that
Seraph there.
crystal list.
Yeah.
He will have a mech shredder if he
Oh, he's
wants
got a pot. Yeah, he's got a pot. Yeah.
Oh, he's got a pot.
Yeah.
Okay, he's got a mech shredder. Fine.
There
Yeah.
we go. There we go. Yeah, I can live without the Seraph. Like my local, we discussed it like a bunch.
Yeah.
And decided the Seraph tax wasn't worth it when you could already guaranteed to go so far to get into objectives and then bounce off them if you really want to go deep.
And he's basically got the same. He's got the same theory with Lilith there as well.
Yeah. Has he got a pot with Lilith? I know he's just got a mechanic
No.
shredder. He's
No.
got,
He's just got mech
just
shredder,
has
no
the mechanic
Seraph.
shredder.
He just
Yeah.
bought the mech
I
shredder.
love
And
I love
then
I love
Typhon.
I love Typhon and the Carnivians with Lilith 3. Like they're terrifying. Like having these and he's got and he's got Naga. Yeah, having
bunch of
basically
sprays,
having
yeah.
so many sprays that can have Wraithbane and defeat just like lock you down. It's that'll kill some people. I
really like Nate's list.
Yeah, I really like it.
He's been playing that crystal list or some variant of it for
I'm
a
gonna
long time now.
I'm gonna go out on a limb and I'll say I think his lists are better than JVM's. Like legit. Sorry JVM. Like
You said it, not me.
yeah. Is that's also what you were thinking there, right?
Yeah, I
Commit hard now, quick.
Where's Jake? I need to remember what Jake submitted.
He's
I like
he's
the
the
list.
last one on
It's
the
later
list.
on in the stage.
I like
yeah.
his Beth 2 list. Yeah, I like his Beth 2 list. I'm hesitant about Thags, but it's been
Oh
doing
my
well. for
god,
him.
his tags list. Wow.
We'll come back to it in a second. We'll see it in a second.
We'll get there soon.
Yeah. So
Okay.
Julian Assange is next. So we got Mercs. So McBain in Ladies Resistance with a Swabber Talon Nomad, double Menite Archon, Gaston with a Galleon, tasty. Taryn De La Rossi, Lily's Gun Mage, Marvin 2, Anastasia, Goblin Tinker, Choir, Zanzealots. Like,
Okay. Fine.
that's an interesting one. And then paired up with Ostrom with 3 Drillers, 2 Blasters, and Basher. Nemo with a Defender and a Firefly. And then a bunch of solos. Yeah, so like all legitimately good lists, I think there. Like I think
I think so.
the McBain one is going to be the one that catches people with their pants down.
Yeah, a lot of people won't have
Any experience into
reps
McBain.
game.
yeah,
No.
yeah.
If that'll just dark horse the hell out of people.
Yeah. People be like, "What does McBain do again?" And like literally looking up on War Room as they set up their army, and then you're halfway there. Derek's next, who's another lovely player. Vlad 2. This is Vlad 2 Armor Core.
Vlad 2 Armor
Yeah.
Core
And then Old Witch 2. Yeah, 2
Doomweavers.
with 2
Doom
Reavers.
Reavers.
Yeah, which is legit.
I mean,
I think
these are just both strong lists.
Yeah, I think the Old Witch one just writes itself a little bit, and it's just really strong
Yeah.
what it does. Whereas the Vlad Armored Core list, I think, is surprising.
It
how...
also writes itself.
Yeah, but I'm always surprised. I'm always surprised. I have been surprised by how doable it is and how hard it hits and stuff. Like it does more than I gave it credit
it's all
for.
about those solos, but
Yeah.
those solos are hideous.
Yeah, the tankers
Just
and
hideous.
the Drakens are all like really really beefy, which is
Yeah.
nice. Right, jumping up, Jason.
Yeah, it's,
Yep. Keep going. Jason Watts, Silvestro McKay. So Silvestro with double trains, as you expect. McKay with Ass Troopers. It's all McKay. Yeah, Lucas Ass Troopers and a Thamite Archon. So a little bit of a change, but all like very legitimate options. Like I think Chris Regard is so good at the moment.
It works.
Like, yeah, cannot
you
lie.
can kind of just like play good models with different casters and it'll
get wins.
do well.
Yeah, basically. Right, then JVM's.
JVM.
So the pair is Bethane 2 with an Archangel, Golab, Carnivian, Seraph, a bunch of Harriers, an Archon with more Harriers and Meccano, and some Hellmouths and Solos, which I think is fine. I'm not as terrified as Double Archangel. I've
Yeah.
still got PTSD from Double Archangels. And then the off list that we talked about, which would be a different one, is Thagros 2 with Golab, 4 Angels.
Or Angelii.
Yeah, Seraph,
Sure.
Meccano, Double Harrier, and then double Hellmouth, and then a bunch of solos. And I'm looking at it and going, it's going to be interesting to see what it does on the table. Because you look at it, right? And
I mean, this is a bit of list chicken here.
Hmm.
Because if there's strong guns on the other side, this shoots out one heavy one heavy gets shot out every turn. But it's all super fast. And this has a legitimate scary assassination. Like 4 Angels, he can literally feat, cast Manifest Destiny, charge forward, just run each angel up. And there's 21 inches. You've got 4 Manifest Destiny armor pierces into your caster. Like, that's legit scary.
Yeah. Yeah. That'll do. Yeah.
It's something you gotta respect for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see how it goes. And I think that's all we've got time for, really, right? We don't need to go in the Welsh teams. They're just trash. So,
Yeah.
Just more trash, huh?
yeah. So you got. I'll let you guys feast on. So
Feast on the glory of Wales.
So the first is Wales Père de Danny, which is the Black Cauldron. So if you ever,
Hey, they finally got your name right.
Yeah, we
managed to get them to
we
fix it.
prodded them to correct it. Yeah. So so we are Père de Danny, the Black Cauldron. So captained by Matt Hopkins. Run in. Look at this lovely pair.
Well,
Butcher.
Shuffle himself.
Butcher 3 in Winter Guard command with Ruin, Beast 09, and a Devastator. And then Sorsha with a Kodiak. 2 Winter Guard artillery captains. Joe, Thamite Archon, and then 2 assault commandos, 1 min, 1 max, 1 with 3 flamethrowers, and a min rifle corps. So,
Do you appreciate the uniqueness of both of his lists?
Who's a cute little snowflake? Who's a cute little snowflake?
I mean, isn't that just Matt most of the time?
yeah, Matt is a lovely snowflake, but also, and then the other list is Malikov with an adjunct behemoth, a decimator, 2 suppression tankers, a strike tanker, man of war Kovnik, 2 Dracoons, Eilish, and then shock troopers with officer demo corps with Draconovich, mechanics, and then Atarnas Akonovich. And yeah, both lists might look like they're not like the
Malikov
expected.
legitimately scares me here.
Yeah.
This is a really good list.
Well, if Malikov scares you, then you need to look at Butcher again, because Butcher should scare you. Cause...
I have what's the name? Yeah, between the two, I have Bestial. Butcher doesn't.
Yeah.
So
You've got. I forgot you're a Chromac. Yeah, it's not as bad. Yeah, but
I've got the World Warden's Animus as well in Kruger. I'm not so scared.
yeah, okay.
It prevents pushes.
Yeah. But that's not his only way of killing you. But
Fair enough.
I was gonna say, Butcher does a lot more than push.
yeah,
He does, but that's the one that scares me the most.
He also punch.
That he does. He punches hard.
there is big axe. Sorry, JVM. We don't like your Beth list. I don't know why. I think
I like your path list.
you. Marci was telling me earlier she didn't. She said she hates
I'm
it.
hesitant about the
Thagros
list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the Beth list. Let's go back for a minute as he's in chat. Yeah, and obviously you got it in Ravens, right? So you got Carnival, you got the Harriers for Mark Target.
He's
everywhere.
got 2 real heavy. I mean, there's 2 real heavies outside of the Archangel. I actually do like this, to be honest. It is pretty strong. I'm not impressed by the feats, but it's really hard to.
So the Thags list was undefeated at Nova. Did you play it at all at Nova? Is the second question.
He did play it at Nova and won games.
Okay, right.
He
Because like
conveniently had a flight that was timed to not play me.
There we go. Into every circle list. There we go. Cool.
Oh, that's fair.
I dodged.
Swish!
I
Swish!
dodged.
by
I remember you leaving before me.
just the happy coincidence of airlines.
Yeah, just
Oh, shit.
It's all based on who looks who, right? You basically played dodge chicken, is what I understand. Dodge chicken. Okay, let's get back to the list. So we looked at Matt's.
Yes.
Matt's unorthodox, but I think legitimately scary lists. And then there's someone else, and then there's Luke Waller's next, I think. We'll look at mine. I guess we should look at mine.
Yeah, I was
So
gonna say,
there's some reps,
there's
but
a specific rep player.
there's some reps. It's a very like we've seen the Kalissa list
Oh,
before, right?
God.
I've been playing it for ages. So it's Kalissa with 2 Eternae,
Yeah, it's not that.
Elara
it's
with
the
2
other
Harpies. The other list is fine. It's like just
Ah,
that's my fluff list. When the second list.
that fluff lists, yeah.
Yeah, it's a fluff list.
That's
So it's Falseer in Defenders Vios with a Fey Knight Guardian and 2 Eternae, because obviously I don't own any other jacks, as you can see by my list. I do actually, but you know. Elara with a Gorgon, a Hermit, an Executioner, a Mechanic, and then triple Wardens, all with
Triple
Soulless
Wardens?
Escorts. Always Soulless Escorts as well, which is on purpose.
Because you
And-
hate fun.
yeah.
Yeah.
And then
Genuinely
two,
hate fun.
and then 2 Electromancers, because the Electromancers are just fucking money in the bank.
Because you're playing Ret, so why not?
Yeah. They're just super good at like reaching out. But yeah, I think. Go on, you tell me what you think about the list. My fluff list.
I think it's interesting. I haven't seen Falseer with like all the wardens.
Yeah, I think people will look at it and not necessarily realize what I wanted to
I'm
go
curious. Yeah, I'm curious what you're playing it into.
Mhm.
Which I guess we'll find out round 1.
into. Yeah, when we play
in our
round
teams
1.
play.
Yeah.
it is unusual,
Yeah.
and that's really cool. It is Falseir, so you lose all the coolness points because fuck Falseir.
Farsi is so cool. She's like the badass.
Ah.
She's the most badass queen of retribution.
She's so cool. I get to ignore all the rules that normally get
Oh.
casters killed.
Yeah, basically, and
Like-
and then she brings a wall with her
Fuck.
to make sure she doesn't die too.
Ah,
Yeah, what's not to like,
headache.
right?
A headache already just saying her name.
I have to play by the rules. It's so
Yeah.
cool.
Just casually sit defense 19 behind a wall she brought with her. Be like, cool, good
Nothing
talk.
about her is okay.
You've came into melee with me, thanks. Yeah, but I like
Remember
it.
when she just had flat amputate?
I never played it then because it was too OP, and I only play balanced casters,
I remember watching her kill an archangel in like
like 3
attacks.
hits.
That was
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah. Remember what it's. Remember every ret player around the world dropping her as useless when she got buffed after that and lost her.
When she
to
lost
pure
it, yeah.
amputate.
Yeah, I know. I wasn't playing Ret at the time. I was still playing Grimkin, so I didn't actually start playing it until she'd lost flat amputate.
Straight amputate.
Yeah, and then she was one of
That was
yeah,
fun.
she was one of the first Retcasts I picked up, and I was like, she's so good and she's so cool.
She is so good.
And
She is so
I
good.
had a lot of conversations with the Ret players in the UK, going like, you jumped her just because she lost the OP bit. It's like she's still seriously
Yeah.
good. Yeah, I love it.
Say her bounty token system's like really cool. I will give her that.
Yeah, I love her. I've said it a bunch of times because she plays like a Grimkin caster to me, and like that's
She
why.
does a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it. Right, so next is Luke playing some Convergence with us. So Axis in Clockwork Legions with a Colliery, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Galvanizers,
5 galvanizers.
4 Enigma Foundries, ADO, 2 Steel Sword Protectors, Gatsby with a Shrike, and then 3 units of Obstructors, all with the UA. Like,
Yes.
Yeah.
I love this list. I played this list at Nova Champs 2019,
yeah.
and just like it's so fun just to like shove all your dudes on the board and then shove them back on the board and then keep shoving them on the board.
Yeah, and then keep on pushing your opponent's stuff up the board, away from your guys who keep on coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's obnoxious. It's lovely. It's a beautiful assembly line of cock, basically, right?
Awful.
It is,
Awful in every way.
And then the pair is Lock with Colliery, Primaxium, Cipher Inverter, Diffuser, Cipher again. Just for those people that hate people writing lists like that. 2 ADOs, a Frustrum Locus, another ADO, Hypatia, Widget.
This has been put together just to upset people.
I'm
Widget,
just gonna concede.
another
I'm gonna
Frustrum
concede
Locus.
if I get paired into Luke.
Yeah, another Frustrum Locus further down the list, and then two Obsessed Directives and a unit Clockwork Angels.
I'm surprised he didn't put the unit Clockwork Angels in between the 2 Optifex.
I'm a bit disappointed. Maybe there's a way we can get that amended by next week. I'm not sure if they'll let us. But the Widget is like the best solo in Convergence. I think she is immensely good. Like,
That's Widget 2?
Yeah. Widget 2 who shoots you and then spawns out a servitor.
The servitors?
So it's just basically like contesting Goddess. It's nice. It's super good. But yeah, I think it's a really good list, really strong. I don't know. Have you guys seen much Lock to worry about it, or?
I played into Lock at Nova a few weeks ago, so
yeah, it's been a while, but
she's pretty cool.
Had them.
Yeah, it is tasty.
I always like her more in Convergence because they always get the best usage out of
whatever it's called.
Engine of Destruction.
Yes, yeah.
Plus, like, her feat's a lot more potent with the corollary.
Yeah, it's super nice. Like, yeah, I think she's criminally underpowered in Crystal Guard.
In Mercs.
Crystal Guard. But it really has got like a really strong spot in Convergence, which is cool. Right, let's jump on to our next player. So Ben is playing Mechano Lilith. So Lilith 4 and Bethane 2. So Lilith 4 in Children of Dragon. So Naga, Bolt Thrower, double Ravagor, Seraph, another Bolt Thrower. Look at is everyone on my list is everyone on my team an asshole who's just like formatted their lists of like
all the nice things I said about Welsh, all the Welsh teams
was clearly misled.
Everyone's just written their lists as if we're
just Dan.
We're just a country of like chaos. Apparently, like, we can't write lists in order. And then Kralix. Yeah. Oh, there's another Ravagor at the end as well. So look, it's Naga, Bolt Thrower, Ravagor, Seraph, Bolt Thrower, Ravagor. I love it. And then some support. And this.
I hate this.
So we've seen Mechano Lilith. So she's as you expect, right? She's good.
Yeah. Well. This is the Ravagor heavy variant. Okay.
Yeah, only 3.
This isn't the South England variant without Ravagors.
Yeah. This is from the north. Ben's up past me, so like where the wildlings live. Yeah. And then the pair is Bethane 2, so it's a Carnivian, a Bolt Thrower, a Typhon, and then Kralix, Cecilia, Forsaken, a Primal Archon, a Blight Archon with 2 soldiers. Oh yes. And then Swordsman, Spawning Vessel, and a Spirit
Really
Golem.
Interesting.
Yeah, some really nice, a nice different list.
A weird list.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not thrilled with the feat issues, but yeah, I mean, Beth 2 is just good.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. And people dropped her without and forgot that she's just got an amazing spell list and tools outside of spells.
Yeah. I'm disappointed he didn't throw in the Seraph.
I'm not. I think no Seraph's always the right call.
Yeah.
Quite possibly, but the Seraph lets you do the top of turn 1 into the deployment zone Breath of Corruptions, which is just goddamn hilarious.
Yeah.
I'm glad that's a thing that was allowed.
Yeah.
Hmm?
Glad it's not
so
gone.
Cool that was allowed.
It should never be allowed, but while it's legal, damn enjoy it.
It shouldn't have been, yeah. Right, well, let's jump on to our last player is Will, playing Chromac in...
Wild Hunt.
Yeah, I was gonna say it doesn't say his list, right? It doesn't say the theme for some reason.
He's got 3 werewolves.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Reeves,
yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
true.
Wild Hunt.
Yeah, so Chromac
Yeah.
is as we've seen, right? Getrix, Loki, 2 Stalkers as well. Kruger and a Feral. Lord of the Feast, he does have Lord of the Feast, and then Reeves, a Walrus, which is nice. I think it's a nice addition.
So this is it's an Aussie style. He's got 5 heavies.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's playing Morehouse's list.
Yeah.
Although knowing Will, he's
And
probably got there
then-
on his own because he doesn't really like follow the meta. I think.
No, there's a well. There's a well.
And then Wormwood with Wild Warden, Stalker, Getrix, Kruger the Feral, and then Max Wolves Warbross, which was
Oh, yeah, double Wild Hunt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
which is nice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's all pretty good. All pretty good.
is
And
interesting.
we've seen that sort of thing. And then the last team is we'll blitz through these fine people. Wales Gwisky.
Let's see it.
I'm sorry, how do you pronounce that?
Gwisky.
Okay.
Yeah, Gwisky. Easy. It's
Okay.
the black dog of fate.
Yeah, GWYLLGI. It's exactly, just pronounce it as it's written.
Well, double L is like a letter, right?
What?
double L is a letter in the Welsh alphabet.
It's a
I
it's
mean,
a vowel.
I know understand.
apparently.
I understand why you build lists the way you do. Now.
Yeah, right.
Yes. It's an entire country that is illiterate and tries to tell us it's a language.
Double L is a letter in our alphabet. It's fine. Anyway, so we start off with Max. Max isn't the captain. He's just first for some reason. Lewis is the captain, but Lewis just put it in wrong. Anyway, so Max is running a Makeda 3 in Masters of War with Marketh, Moloch, Tiberian, a Gladiator, Redeem, some Will Breakers, Hermit, 2 Tycoms, Type Command Standard Bearer, 2 lots of Ferox, and Beastanders. Yeah, it's legit. I think I
And then
hate.
he's got the
And then Mordecai.
Mordecai. I don't want to play War Machine list.
Yeah. Yeah.
The
Mordecai.
Mordecai. I want to go have a few drinks list.
Yeah, that's it. I'm just blasting you. I'm just killing all of my beasts, and you're either alive or not.
Yeah, it's pretty like horrific to have that just on the table threatening you every turn. Yeah, so Void Spirit, Marketh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Is it 6 Archidons and a spoiler, and then Makeda with a Kriya, a Will Breaker, some Beast Handlers, and some Keltari to go and stand in the way, and also just be sacrificial, like spray targets. Like fair play to who've got parry to get them there in the first place too. So yeah, fair. Yeah, I quite like that. I played into Max quite a bit in the last like 6 months while we've been practicing, which has been nice. Yeah, I do like Mordecai. Next is Martin Jenkins. This is the man behind the Welsh Masters. So double Bones, Kruger 2 with double Wold Warden, Megalith, double Weird, double Celestial Fulcrum, double Mannequins, and then supporty stuff. And then Boulder 3.
I respect the double fulcrum.
Yeah, I think yeah, Fulcrums. I think get like I've listed this as like a 2, right? If a scale of 1 to 5, where 1's bad, 5's great. This is a 2. I don't want to see this, but obviously I don't have to worry about it unless we fight in the finals, which is good. But yes, Fulcrums do a surprising amount of very nasty shooting, especially with being able to port them everywhere and TK them and chuck. And then they pull off all the fury off the beast as well, and yes, it's a nice combo. And it's paired up with.
Wait, you didn't go through all the Welsh players and just mark them as 5s?
No, I don't want to see this. Some of my team are like, oh cool, I'd love to play Martin's list here, and I'm like, oh no, just fucking, it's a horrible list chicken for me where I die or I die.
Yeah, the biggest gun on the Fulcrum is a lightning gun. It's good.
Yeah, you're right. And then Boulder 2 though is the second second one. So Boulder
Ah,
2 might seem familiar to some of you. Double Walls Wrath, Megalith, a well, Chuck Dogwood.
to me, this is the list of I hate fun.
Yeah,
I
Tubbin, some Stone Shapers and Mannequins and stuff. Yeah, it is-
I'm surprised by the Tubbin edition.
yeah, me too. Like, doesn't Tubbin tune up battle engines?
Yeah.
So does it just make the well real good?
Well, the well's not a battle engine.
It's not. It's a structure. I'll get back in my box.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe just had like
not a clue.
some points left over.
Maybe he
for
just
it.
really wants the repair.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. I
be.
guess a really dual list, but yeah, it's decent and a very different pair. And like some lists,
Yeah, he's like the only Bones Kruger, which is neat.
yeah, and some lists just can't deal with 2 World Wraths with Boulder 2, like
Yeah.
quite
Yeah.
legitimately so. Next is
Yeah, I mean,
okay, sorry.
I played double Old Wrath at Warfare Weekend, and sometimes you just hit list pairs, and it's like, cool, I play this and zone out for 2 hours, and eventually I win.
Yeah.
You just mark bits of damage, you take bits of damage off, and eventually the other guy clocks.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay. Right, next is Andy Devine. So this is the Crix pair. So Scar 1 with tons of stalkers, which we've seen, and then a Karchev list with 5 desecrators, Dara, Ragman, a couple of Wheelwatch Sirens, bunch of Necrotechs and a Soul Trapper, and then 3 units of Mechanothralls with max Brute Thralls, so 9 Brute Thralls,
Yes.
and then 2 units of Necrosurgeon and Stitch Thralls. And this,
Buzzsaw Burr.
yeah, Buzzsaw Burr, and also recurring dickheads standing in the way of you getting to the Buzzsaw Burrs,
Yeah.
which is really obnoxious. Like I played into this more than any other Karchev list so far, because Andy's only up in Leeds, so it comes down and we'll play like a couple of games, Karchev versus Falsier and a couple versus Kilissa, and give me some. Not that I've been worried about Karchev and practicing a load, but yeah, probably played against Karchev a lot. And yeah, it's so obnoxious just having these idiots that just keep on coming. Obviously, one
Stand in
unit
the
can.
way.
Yeah,
And when there's 9 shield guards, he's always got something to contest scenario.
yeah,
You never force him into a bad situation.
yeah, and you just keep
Yeah.
on spitting them, more of them back out, and then obviously he's got one of them can ambush, and yeah, it's just a royal pain in the ass to chew through. And that's the thing, like a lot of the more heavy orientated Karchev lists, you just once you get to them, right? But you've got to have the volume of attacks to get through the Mechanothrall and Brute Thrall like shields to get to his Desecrators, which is
Yeah.
it's a challenge. I would say it's a challenge. Next is Elliot, so Crystal Guard, so Lucas, Double Trains, and Gerhardt Ass Mountain. Like, I think that's
Good list.
Yeah,
Good
lists are good.
list, good
And
models.
then Lewis, who's the captain, is Dreamer in DM, with double Files, double Witchwoods, and then he's got 1 Cage Rager, double Clocks, double Skin and Bones, which I think is probably like my favourite Dreamer build. Like, I think it gives you all the tools you want.
Yeah, like it gives you like all of them.
Yeah,
It's-
and
yeah,
like I
it's
understand.
everything I could want.
Yeah, I understand. There's an argument for a second Cage Rager matchup wise, but like I'd rather not rely on it. You can always bring Ruin if that's a worry and stuff. And then it's paired with Heretic with Double Clock, Crabbit, Baron, and then double Defiled Archons, Isaiah, Longfellow,
It's
2
triple
Witchwoods,
Dreadrots.
and 30 Dreadrots and some Malady Men to speed them up, which is what is not to like about that list. Like, it's just like loads
Yeah, it's
Loads
just
of-
all the dudes.
loads of Weapon Master tough dudes just coming at you to hit you.
They
with-
hit like an
with-
absolute brick.
Yeah, between
You
Fury.
have Fury, yeah.
Yeah, you have Fury, you have the Reckoning.
Trump Arcana.
Yeah, and then
yeah.
if people have done it, have timed it badly, and that you can potentially trigger Reckoning and Ill Omens as well, and on top of Fury, and then be like,
And again, you've got a lot of guys with Reach 1, and the heretics got the largest command out of any defier.
Or for the shadow.
Yeah. So once
Evan-
again, the shadow
Evan.
just jumps up.
Evan loves the shadow.
It's the reason to play Grimkin. It is so cool popping a free heavy on the table.
when people bring the shadow and I still just kill the heavy.
No, I do like it. I've got a heavy of each type painted in Vanta Black, like Black 2.0, which are my
Yeah, the like
Yes.
super dark black.
which literally like I just go like this, my shadow, and you can't really make out the shadow of it. It's super cool. It's super cool, and maybe
Plus,
went
it's
too
so
deep.
dark that your opponent like loses track of it and doesn't kill it.
Yeah, they just forget it's on the table, and then you're like, oh, cool, your caster's next to that, Skin and Moans. What? What's Skin and Moans? Like that one there. Spoiler, doesn't actually really happen, but that's cool. Yes, that's the Welsh teams. So, Pear Daddy and
that's all
Grizzly.
WTC.
That is the WTC list. We've done a good slog. We took our time, I think, tonight, which is more fun
We
for
did.
us, which is fine. But yeah, thanks for joining us.
That's
And
very cool.
What's I'm gonna put you both on the spot. Who are your favourite teams for the win? You can choose yourselves if you want to. I won't
Oh God,
Or-
now I've
or-
got to go through. Now I've
Well,
got to
anyway,
go back
if I
to them.
if I tell you can't choose yourselves, maybe that lets the pressure off a bit. You can't choose your own team.
Okay.
Who
Can't
are-
choose
who
our
are
own
your
team.
Who are your favourites to win?
You
can choose a top. You can choose a top 3 if you want. If that makes it easier.
top 3, not my own team. Honestly, I won't choose any American team just to make it fair. It's like obviously American bias. Sweden Dancing Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And I forget which Germany team's which. Germany Gold,
Which is the one?
which is the one with
Sven's
Sven.
team. Yeah.
And let's go with let's find an underdog, because I feel like some of the WTC years have been a bit of a surprise.
Yeah, this is true.
Yeah, let's go with Wales. They haven't won a WTC, right?
We haven't. We've been on the winning team twice. Who was it with Chris Davies? But we've never won it ourselves.
I'll choose your team.
What,
Even though you keep telling me that you guys won't win.
what's the team called?
Black Cauldron.
Oh, that's such a cop out. Legit.
Wasn't it like Pear Dandy?
Pear Denny. Pear Denny.
Close enough.
It's close enough for me. It's good. I love the Black Cauldron films. They're meant to be redoing it. It's pretty cool. But you've seen our shirts. Hopefully.
I was about to say your shirts are dope, and honestly, the team names are also dope.
Yeah, we have the silliest legends. It's basically like if you read any circle book, it's probably just ripped straight out of our legends for Wales or Welsh Island. That's cool. Evan, you're on the spot. Top 3.
Top 3. So of the Aussies, they have to kind of get one spot here. While I think the Frilldeck Lizards probably look like their strongest team, I'm putting in the Swooping Magpies just because I recognize 2 names from way back in the Warhammer Fantasy days.
Fair. I think they've all got good like notable names amongst them, but
yeah, but it just because of the fantasy link, I'm pushing for the Magpies. And then I've got to put in a plug here for Apollo just because I've seen so many of the lists are innovative and not what you'd expect of that typical caster.
yeah.
And I think that's going to catch a lot of people out, and it's not like they're subpar lists while doing it. So yeah, I have to put in a push there for Apollo.
And a third
Top
list.
3. No one else has really kind of jumped out. They seem to kind of circle around. Who's done something interesting here? Looking at Vlad's, I'm looking at Scorn's. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything else that has jumped out really at me. So I'm gonna stick it. I'm gonna stop at 2.
Okay, right. I'll jump in with mine
I'll
then.
take your third. I'll take your
Oh,
third and use it for
Oh,
the English team that isn't English.
oh,
I
England,
like that team.
England Nerd Sharks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just upset the people who want to say they're not an English team.
Legit, yeah. My three would be I'm gonna totally cop out and be like, yeah, Australia frill neck lizards. I think very
Yeah.
very strong competitive players and the list behind them. I really like Belgian billions of bilious blue blistering barnacles, which is Tim, Benoit,
Right.
Wout, and Axel and Renard. I think they're really seasoned
Yeah.
players. They've got some very strong lists. And then I think one of the French teams, I think, is going to be my third. I can't remember which one I was most scared of. France. There you go. It's my cop out. It's France. I think it's France.
Just all 5 teams.
Yeah. Because I don't know which characters are which apart from Asterix, so I don't want to mess it up. But yeah,
Right.
yeah, one of the French teams.
Arrière-boutique.
I'll take it. You can tell I
I
lived
was
in
gonna say I
France.
can't wait for round 1 where all 5 French teams play all 5 American teams.
Oh, and then Julian Assange gives you all the inside scoop as they discuss the matchup process within 10 foot of a guy speaking French. Secret plays. This is what it is. So yeah. I think though, yeah, this is probably like the most open WTC. I think it could be anyone's, which would be super cool to see. And yeah, obviously we've got Doug Hamilton and John Swinkles coming over, who will be providing the commentary on the stream that we have fundraised for. So you guys, the community, you people, fine people out there, have paid to get Dyson Ducks team from near me, basically from like the Midlands in the UK. Have got all the gear. They've been buying extra cameras and tablets. So we'll have tablets on every table. I don't know how much detail I've given out. Sorry. There'll be tablets on each of the stream tables to like register scoring, and that just gets fed straight onto the stream screens. And then there'll be like a commentary booth with the PP staff. And then I think we're gonna have like a bit of an open door policy, as long as people don't take the piss, where people can, when they finish their games,
Just
go
walk
and
on.
go and join. Go join the games. Yeah, just sit at the table. No, go and join the PP staff in commentating. So if you feel confident about your game knowledge and want to be chatting with them, then we'll probably try and work something out there.
Well,
It's gonna be
any
it's
of the
gonna
grudge
be an
matches
over
you
18.
stream?
Yeah, we're hoping that the grudge match is on Friday, so the Ashes, because I think you're starting Ashes at like what, 5, Evan?
Something like that. I
Basically,
know
if
we're
the
supposed
tables,
to be there in time.
yeah, so
Beyond that, I know very little.
yeah, so the streaming team, the pair of them will be there from first thing in the morning, so they're driving up on Thursday,
Oh, wow.
staying
Okay.
like nearby overnight, so they can basically be at the venue when it opens and start setting things up, because they want to obviously set things up and then be able to run like a bunch of trials and making sure everything is troubleshooted. So yeah, so they should be ready by the time anyone's actually playing games. It's just whether or not the venue and like the rooms and stuff or match up. But hopefully we'll get basically either the Ashes, or it could be like, I think the Nordic lot have done like a Viking off in the past. But yeah, basically there should be some stuff on Friday, which will be hopefully a bit of like, talking and a bit of gaming, and then obviously we'll follow through the matches as we go through the weekend. I'll have a little chat with Ben over the next couple of days to work out if we can work out who team-wise we want to be streaming. I know in the past it's been based on like time zones to try and let the local teams watch. So I'll have to look at how it was done before and take advisement. We'll see. And yeah, so hopefully we'll see a lot of people online, and we'll see a lot of people next week. I'll publish like our schedule and where things are going to be in next week, basically, for people to follow the right channels once that's all locked in. Yeah. So thanks for joining us. It's been a 3-hour nerd fest, and yeah, and there's just more to come next week. So we won't be streaming next week because I'll be packing or like or sleeping or whatever. So I've got to get my kids to school in the morning. I leave and stuff like that. Yeah, so this is my life. But yeah, so thanks very much, Evan, as usual. Thanks, baby Marci, for joining us. It's been cool to trash talk your team with you. And yeah, we'll see a load of people next week. So fantastic.
Yeah,
Thanks very much. See you all later. Bye bye.
Right.